Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Ain't No Place for a Hero is a campaign set in the world of Duyranaki, the continent of men. A gritty, cutthroat world where politics, sorcery, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Treachery and murder both come cheap, and characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 144 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. The party have decided to turn their attention back to the secrets of Tarak Nev, and now find themselves exploring the terrible, dead city. We pick up the story with the party sheltering in a ruined building after a fight with a massive, demonic-looking creature, and with Etienne nursing a badly shattered wrist and Demos with an unresponsive shield arm. Hello, I'm Chris, alternatively known on this channel as GM Chance, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our story this evening. The story that we're telling this evening is a tabletop role-playing game using the fantastic, I think it's fantastic, we think it's fantastic, most of us think it's fantastic most of the time, put it that way, role-playing system called Rolemaster. Rolemaster is an old system. It dates back all the way back to the 1980s. And indeed, I've been playing it since the 1980s and love it. The tale that we're telling, the name of the story, well, you can see that for yourself up on screen. It's called Ain't No Place for a Hero. We've been playing online since July 2020. And we started recording these episodes a bit later on, so kind of at the tail end of 2022. So obviously a lot of our stories are not, unfortunately, up online for your viewing pleasure. Now, the name of this game is Ain't No Place for a Hero. And to tell a good story, you need heroes. And indeed, here up on screen are the faces of our heroes. There are a lot of them. As you can see, there are 8. It's a very big party, and there are 5 players. So 5 players playing 8 characters. If you do the maths, you'll realize that a number of people double up on characters. In a second or so, we are going to go to a pre-recording. We've only got a few more of these to do, but we got together in October last year. So we're recording in April 2025. We got together in October 2024 to game in person, as we do each year. And in doing that, we did some character quizzes where the player of each one of the characters up on screen would quiz their fellow party members to see how closely they've been listening. And we'll cut to that just in a second. And then after that, we'll do a character development question. Before we do, a couple of thanks to firstly our subscribers, all the people that follow us online, make comments in social media, and just generally support our story. We really do appreciate it. This is our hobby. We do it for fun, and it's fantastic that there are people from all over the world that seem to enjoy our stories. As always, the regular refrain. If you haven't subscribed, we would really appreciate it. It does help the channel grow and helps other people like you find the tales that we tell. Also, a like down below would be greatly appreciated. Another thanks to a fellow GM. So I actually listened to this GM. He's a British guy by the name of Stuart, and he ran a fantastic campaign set in Tarak Nev some time ago, and the episodes are up online. I listened to that and got inspired. No cheating, please, for my players to listen to those recordings, and really enjoyed them. They're up on YouTube as well. And Stuart, gracious person that he is, has very kindly given me access to some of the maps and some of the other material that he used for his game. I thanked him before, but just another thanks to a fellow GM, Stuart, for your help. It really is appreciated. Okay, as mentioned, we are going to cut to one of those character quizzes, and we're going to do it right now.
Hi, I'm Giles. Let's have a little think about Tarquin again. As you can see, same sartorial designs. Let's go. Question number 1. Is Tarquin religious? Somebody's one, yes, no. And the answer is yes, no. Yes, he is indeed religious. Well done, Aiden.
Aiden and me.
All right. Next question. So this both tests your knowledge of Chris's land as well as a little knowledge of Tarquin. So Tarquin knows 8 languages.
Yeah.
Although only some to learn. Name 5.
5?
I could have said 8.
You could have said 1.
I don't know.
No, neither.
Etienne was too rough. Should I have said 3? Come on, 5. I think they can do it.
I don't think we can.
Oh no.
I suppose I could have said name 5 languages in the world.
Yeah. What is the name?
I'm not even going to participate in this question.
Just name some languages.
I don't listen.
Be funny.
Where's my sheet?
English, French, German, Israeli, Mongolian.
I've gone blank. I'm withdrawing.
All right, let's have a look, team. Okay, so I'm going to get you to mark yourself. The first one's through bonnet.
Yes.
Do I get half a point? I just get that one?
No, patience. The next one, you're going to have to help me with my pronunciation here, Chris. Vargonese. The next one is Tarkelman.
Yeah.
The next one is, well, we should know this from yesterday.
I got that one.
In Westeron.
Yeah.
Vassenspec.
Yeah. Vision-speak.
Training language, I believe.
Vassenspec.
Samtung,
Yes.
and I can't pronounce it. Lapton?
Paladin.
Oh, so Pete gets all of them.
So pick off.
I got
He's genius.
I got 4.
6.
4.
4. Okay, you both get
I got 2.
Close enough.
So who's
2,
getting points?
half a point. So I think we'll give a point to Pete and a point to Graham and half a point to Aiden. Well
And what do I get?
But what did you get?
Capronic.
You're on it. I'll make you lunch. Look at that face. I'm in so much trouble. All right. Next question. This one should be easy enough. How many spell lists?
Yeah. Oh.
I thought these were easy.
Because you know the
I spent way
answers.
too much time thinking about them. I'll give you a range, so long as you're within,
2 to 7.
something like that. I'm slightly bored.
What level is he?
I heard you tell that he's level 8 now. He has also used all of his spells from each list.
All of them?
Well, not all of them. He's used every list.
So you start with one.
He's used a spell from all of them.
Alright.
All right, let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look. 5, 6, 5, 4. It's a pretty good guess at 6. It's
Oh, I got it!
Hey.
6.
Do I get 2 points?
No, you get 1 point.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
you get 1 point. I think, who got 4?
Me.
Oh, so 6, 5. You got 5. I think we're down 1 or up 1. Seems reasonable. Okay,
So
give everyone-
Aiden gets another one.
Give everyone else a half point.
Oh, where are we? Oh, half or full? You're getting a half?
Only one person gets 4 points.
And you're getting a half. Gosh, this scoring's very terrible.
No. I'm going to start doing square roots of points and stuff.
Next question about maths. For that.
It's got advanced math, which I now know is useless for boat building.
Especially
Not,
roll calling.
not the next question, but the question is Tarquin charming? I'm expecting you all to do reasonably out of this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And we have yeses across the board. Well done.
Oh, yay.
Very charming. 98 charming.
It must be rude to say not.
Last question. Last question to within 10. So you have a range.
Within 10.
How many hit points does Tarquin have?
Ooh.
Into game mechanics.
Ooh.
It might help.
So I'm going to go for it.
Oh, it's going to do this.
Alright, so this is interesting. Quite a range. 60, 70, 80, 132. The answer is 77 to 87.
Oh.
Oh, so
Yeah,
who's that?
way off.
Pete
Oh,
nails it.
Pete.
Pete nails it.
And
I'm within 10.
Not quite. 77 to 87 is the answer. Unfortunately,
Oh.
here's 84. Just
Sorry.
below.
so just Pete.
Just Pete.
Whoa, that was tough.
Well done, Pete. Too tough. Sorry.
No.
No, good.
Well done. Well done.
There we go. Hope you enjoyed that little clip. We really enjoy getting together in person. It's really good to play online. There are benefits for playing online, but there's nothing like catching up in person and rolling dice together. And the character quizzes that we did, one of which you've just seen just now, were a lot of fun to do. Okay, so as mentioned, we spend a lot of time focusing on understanding the characters in this game a bit better, their motivations and what makes them tick. And as part of that, I send out each week before we play a series of questions that the players mull over, and then they answer this evening, just to provide us with a little bit more insight into the characters they're playing. And tonight, we start off with Pete. Pete, the mic is yours.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, kia ora, I'm Pete, and I play two characters, first of which is Leif. The question I'd like to answer for him is, what's the most powerful weapon your character has seen or used? So, we're assuming it's powerful because that's what we felt. When most of the party was up north, where we first started, and this is before we started recording, we came across another Lords of Arcana ruin, and I believe we discovered, oh blast, I don't have the name of it. Someone or other, Bane, the dagger.
Yeah, Defiler's Bane.
You know what I mean? Sorry.
Bane Tooth.
Bane Tooth, thank you. Bane Tooth, the dagger. We think, well, pretty sure it's that one. And I think Kiros is carrying it. And we have had visions of our quest, of what's to come. One of those visions was of Bane Tooth. So I think we had visions before. Yes, we had visions before of this, a glimpse of this dagger. And we knew, and the association that came with this was that it's extremely powerful. Like a very powerful weapon, but also paired with another weapon. It's extremely, there's a sword and Bane Tooth. And together they are very powerful weapons. We had those visions. We then went to this Lord of Arcana ruins and found it, my goodness. And now we are in Tarak Nev looking for the other one we had the vision of, which is the sword. And we've also since learned from Ningwen that both the dagger and the sword were specifically made to combat, and I've forgotten his name. And I should have prepared myself, I'm sorry. Oh, apologies.
The Defiler.
The Defiler, yeah. So he was from the Katana.
Yes, Mir-Das Katana.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to not be prepared. But we know that those two weapons were specifically made to defeat him. But we're lucky to have the dagger, which was lost, and the sword was what we're looking for in Tarak Nev. So hopefully on day 0, if we don't stop him, this watch from the long night, the Defiler, from coming back through the right of Aza. Am I right? Yes. Then hopefully we don't have to face him, but if we do, then we've got at least some weapons that were specifically designed for killing him. We're hoping to stop this rite from happening by knocking off Arena Chonta, who's the person who's pushing for this sort of doom of the world. Anyway, that's a powerful weapon that Leif has seen. The other character I'm playing tonight is Mithan. And where is it? Nope, that's the one. What does your character value most in a companion or ally? This has changed over time. Initially, she's such a loner that if she was to be hanging out with people, she'd just want them to respect her privacy, and that would be a good companion, someone who just left her alone and didn't talk too much and wasn't too stupid. As she's gotten closer to this group, she has appreciated that actually acceptance and loyalty have been, she is valuing those in her allies, and an acceptance of her and her eccentricities. So it's changing slowly.
Excellent.
That's with them.
Excellent.
Can we please hear from Giles?
Excellent.
Yeah, so the character I'm playing tonight, Tarquin, and these are a great set of questions, Chris. Some of them I really want to answer, but I don't think I can just at the moment. So instead, the question I'm going to answer for Tarquin is, how does your character view the concept of sacrifice? Well, I guess for Tarquin, the notion of sacrifice is kind of bound up with religion and the gods, things above him. And in some ways, as such, is a sort of necessary evil that people follow as part of their belief systems. He doesn't particularly have a conception of personal sacrifice, rather of sacrifice as a duty. And one that it can both be something you do without really thinking about, one that might shackle you somewhat, and possibly one that also provides you insights and opportunities. I think that's how he sees sacrifice.
Excellent. Thank you.
And we'll pass it over to you, Graham.
Thanks. So, two characters in this game. First of whom is Neathanol. I'm going to answer the same question for both characters, because actually they're not dissimilar, but they're very different in some ways. How does your character feel about those who wield great power? So in Neathanol's case, usually not much. She is part of a, not that the characters know this, but the other characters, she is part of or has been a part of a secret cult who worships a goddess called Elba. And as part of her creed and part of what she does, she sees assassination as a sort of sacred endeavor. And her job is to purify society of the corrupt, tyrannical, and weak, and so forth. And a lot of leaders sort of fit into that category quite nicely. It's a bit arbitrary, but yeah, she doesn't think much of them. And given if she thought she'd get away with it and get away scot-free, she'd happily bump most of them off. But she's got a bit distracted of late, as busy saving the world, so she's had to put that on ice. Second character is Etienne. He's a very different type of fellow. He's sort of a holy warrior, a paladin, or as his group would call him a genitrist, and he also views those in power with suspicion, but for those who rule wisely and justly, he has no truck with it all. But he is certainly a champion to the oppressed or the put upon, whether that be sort of any kind of whether it be women, minorities, or enslaved. He would rage against the tyrants and tormentors. He's very sort of very much says, I guess, quite a modern view of leadership in that respect in our world. Certainly slavery is a big no-no for him. So he would actively seek to bring down any leader that championed that. But any kind of discrimination at all is very much not his thing. Can I pass over to Alex?
Thank you, Graham. Kia ora, I'm Alex and I play Keros. And we have Victory as well, although Victory plays herself in this game. I 100% agree with Giles. I love the nights where I'm like, I don't know which question. They're so good, all of them. I'm going to kind of, oh, there she is. Combine two, if I may be cheeky. Oh, stop, my heart. What's the most intense rivalry your character has experienced? Um, and this is definitely on reflection because she probably didn't realize it at the time because she's quite trusting and a bit of an open book and not very strategic slash smart. But it was definitely during her time at the magic school when she was in the Cloud Club. And the Cloud Club was an elite group of students with, sort of incredibly unique abilities in the magic space. And Keros so wanted to fit in with these girls who came from rich families and had like all the cool things and the cool clothes. And Keros just didn't come from that world. And she was always just one beat behind them. I think I've spoken about previously, sort of the secondhand cardigan was buttoned up wrong and the lip gloss was a bit smeared and probably not the right colour for the season. So she was never fully accepted. But on reflection, as she matures, and particularly after some information she received previously around the head mean girl of the Cloud Club, she was expelled from, Keros was expelled from the Cloud Club. It's probably more to do with jealousy and the fact that Keros was so incredibly gifted in that space. She is reflecting whether it was, insecurity and jealousy from these girls, sort of a mean girls kind of group. That in fact she was in a rivalry and she didn't realise it. That's how, bless her, how sort of daft, and I mean she's very authentic. She's 100% herself. God, I feel like I'm talking about myself. Just daft and not really aware of, the politics, wherever she is. Which kind of also leads into the question of the most powerful weapon your character has seen or used. Kind of thinks it's this mob mentality. Keros is extremely powerful with her magic. We've got powerful weapons, we've got magic weapons, but actually the mob mentality, um, and just her experience on a very small scale, she's leaning towards that as the most powerful form of um, weaponry that can be used, and she's seeing that in society as well.
Excellent answer.
Yeah,
Thank you. And also, Alex, you're not feeling 100% tonight, and you may jump out early, but we really appreciate you joining.
sure thing. Thank you. And I see our lovely Aiden has
Mm.
arrived, and I don't know if he's had a chance to look at the questions or whether we throw to Aiden, because you are the lucky last.
He is, and also a hearty welcome to Aiden. Aiden has been travelling and has recently arrived back, and delighted to have you back, Aiden. Hello.
Hi, happy to be back. Still trying to get there, but I'm happy to be back home.
Ooh, a little bit quiet there, Aiden. Are others finding Aiden quiet?
Can you hear me better if I? Ooh, let me see. Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
it's just
just
super quiet.
yes.
Ah, weird. Um,
Wouldn't it be nice if the technology just worked, huh?
wouldn't it? Um, I
we
I might quickly do my questions and then I'll sign out on my other computer because I think maybe it's this computer that's a bit rubbish.
Sure thing. When did you get back, by the way?
We got back on late on Sunday, and then straight back into work on Monday, which
Okay.
was
Oh well.
painful.
Oh dear. I will appreciate you making time tonight, particularly with
Oh,
you're a bit jet lagged. Cool. Yeah, go for it with your questions.
okay. So first question is for Demos. How does your character view the concept of sacrifice? And I think he views it as necessary. Um, he was raised as a guard and a soldier. He he's always known that he might have to sacrifice his life to save someone he's trying to protect, and he sees that as a necessary thing. He would give his life for any of his party mates or for his family, what's left of it, wherever they may be. Yeah, so yeah, he totally sees it as a necessary thing. It's not like if you can avoid it, that's great, but he would be willing to do it. And for Grey, which one do I do for Grey? What's the most intricate illusion your character has encountered? I'd say for Grey, there was this time when they went to a character called Ningwing's like house or castle or compound, and she had like this kind of little weird manservant who was also kind of an owl, and he had some really strong like illusiony powers, and it was like a test that they had to pass, and it was just very intense. Grey was chased by wolves, and then he was like falling, and it was a whole lot. And yeah, but it felt so real, like he totally believed it was happening. I think that was probably the most intricate one that he could remember.
Nice one. Nice one. Thank you. I mean, up to you. I mean, how are you guys finding Aiden's volume? I can. You're crystal clear. You're absolutely fine. You're just quiet. How about you guys?
Yeah, same for me, and I've got you at 100% in the Discord, but yeah, a little bit quiet.
Yeah, quite quiet. Turn it up to 11.
Turn it up to 11.
I'll try.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll sign out again.
Nice one.
Cool. See you soon.
Super. All right, Pete. This is the time. Oh, sorry. Just before we do that, those are the characters named and up on screen if you aren't already familiar with them. Pete, right now is the time in our game when we turn to you as our trusty scribe to give us a very quick rundown on what happened last time we played. I've got one or two images handy, and I've got a map. So go for it, please.
Sure thing, thank you. Cool. So last time started just after the ceiling had collapsed on Etienne, I believe. Etienne and the ethanol. So we're in Taraknev. Yeah, and we were sort of exploring some houses, and a few had gone very well, and then the ceiling collapsed, unfortunately. What happened after that was just at the very end of the episode before, we had seen the Red Woman. So a very unusual woman. There she is. She seemed lovely, actually. She was just wanting a bit of a little quiet time, I think. So Ethanol had gotten out from under the rubble, which is sort of good for her. One of the first things that happened was that Neathanol said she could hear something else coming from the east, so coming from the right of the screen. The woman in red started moving up towards us, and we were like a little bit wary of her, so we moved back sort of to defensible position, like between the, thank you, right there, between the buildings. Demos was so helpful. It was showed his true colours. Demos was trying to dig Etienne out, his back to the red woman as he was doing so, but like Aiden just mentioned, he would sacrifice, I guess, for the rest of us. The red woman was just, she seemed to, well, from the look of it, she didn't do terribly much, but I suppose that there was an interaction with Tarquin, but I don't know how aware the rest of the party is of that. And then suddenly our wonderful big friend appeared. So the noise there he is. Really, really big fellow. Don't know. We're not sure what things are. If he's a demon or undead or what. He appeared sort of from between the buildings, sort of where we'd sort of retreated to a bit, and we'd sort of determined him to be the most immediate threat. So Leif, Demos, Tarquin, Grey, and Kiros all sort of engaged that guy, with Leif and Tarquin and Grey moving up close, Kiros trying some spells out on him, and Demos poking at him from the second row back. Meanwhile, Neathanol did a wonderful, really cool maneuver, as she's wont to do, and she teleported behind the red woman, because whilst she didn't seem to be taking aggressive action, we know that She's going to. And Nathaniel came up behind her and did a massive attack on her. A bit of an ambush, or was that? Ambush or assassinate. I can't remember what the skill was. And she was not pleased about that. She did not seem to be in a very good form after that. Although she did seem sort of, rather than aggressive, she seemed very sad. But we didn't trust that. And Mithan moved up and wanted to attack her as well, but of course she just rolled a fumble. Anyway, so a few rounds of combat with this big demon doing this awful sort of voice, this sort of, I can't remember if it was sound or acid or what it was, but a close-up sort of range attack, which is not very nice. And I think a few people had to go at attacking him, but it was actually Demos reaching from behind, and I think stuck his spear through his head, I think it was, and down went the big demon, to all of our relief, I think. And I think the same round, maybe a little bit later, Mithan had got her back attack on the red woman and actually let loose with the shock bolt that's part of her sword, and that was a lucky roll and did quite a lot of damage to her in one, and so she went down too. Well, she disappeared, I believe, looking very sad. Part of the nasty stuff that had happened, though, was this demon had lashed out at Demos with this sort of magical attack, and it required a resistance roll in game terms, and I think Demos had failed his resistance roll, and his shield arm had gone useless. We're not Mithan after sort of it seems that the enemies were gone. We sort of were looking out once the red woman was down and the demon was down. Mithan had a look; she couldn't make head or tail of it. So Demos has apparently a useless arm. We unburied Etienne, and unfortunately determined that his shield arm was in real pain for him and put him at a great minus. It was really making things difficult for him to operate. We as a group decided that we would retreat to a place that we'd determined earlier that was perhaps a bit more secure. I thought, thanks, Chris. Yeah, so further down, and I think one of those buildings there we'd decided was a bit of a, further down a bit. Yeah, one of those buildings there we'd determined was a bit of a bar or a tavern or something, but more to the point, it had a door that we could close, so perhaps a bit more defensible. And I think that's where we are.
Perfect. Thanks, Pete. A couple of comments from me, but before I add them, any questions from anybody else?
Let's not forget, Aiden might want to know that Gray did the most amazing strike ever. It was so impressive. The rest of us all got plus 20. So I don't know what the hell it was, but it was bloody good.
Yep. Yes, it was. Oh, have we lost Giles, by the way? We have lost Giles.
Yeah, he seemed to need to. I'll check the messages.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Better?
Yeah, miles better. Yep, spot on. You're great. Yep, 100%.
Go Demos.
Yeah, go both Demos and go Gray. So yeah. Demos hacked into this big critter here, and Alex was playing Gray, and she rolled phenomenally well, 100, and chopped into this thing, and then Demos skewered it through the head. So both your characters, Aiden,
well done.
So yeah, totally saving the day. Excellent rolling. Just a couple of any other comments or questions or anything else that we needed to know.
Vader.
Yes. Yep. So we awards most valuable player. It's called Vader, the Vader Awards, because I have a little mini Vader on my desk. So Vader gets awarded each game, and Vader went to Demos last session for some very good skewering. So Aiden, if you can have a listen, please come up with a worthy candidate for tonight. Anything else, guys? Nope. Okay. Couple of last things from me. Injury status, because they relate to Aiden's characters who weren't here. So yes, Demos is, as you may have picked up, Aiden, his shield arm is just not working. It's hanging limply at his side. I meant to check in between now and then. I think top of my head, and let's go with it. We didn't do it last time, but we will in future. That if you're using a spear one-handed, you get a -10, but you can still use a spear one-handed, but you get a -10. You also got a -10 for using it from behind friendly lines last time as well. So his shield arm, and of course he can't use the shield, is hanging to the side, and his left arm is kind of cold, like it's quite cool to the touch. Gray is still, admittedly it was only yesterday, but Gray is still literally seeing stars and birds floating around his head because of that whack he got in his face yesterday. And we've already touched on the whopping -100 that poor Etienne's at. So Etienne, who doesn't have a hand to begin with, but just happened to, when the ceiling came down on him, a heavy piece of wood came down and just crushed what remains of his wrist, and it's clearly a very, very nasty injury. That was one thing for me. The other thing I was just going to note was just setting the scene a little bit as well. When you were heading in this direction, generally exploring these houses, one thing you had noticed coming up through here, you may remember there was this amphitheater, strange-looking amphitheater here with a stage, what looks like a stage, seats that go up, and then a long set of stairs that go up a corridor. So you're quite a long way above, or you're about 30 or 40 foot above the ground. And one thing your characters noticed when going through here, one thing that is unusual in the ash and the gloom, is something golden, quite a tall, a relatively tall or prominent. You're assuming a building or something relatively close in kind of on this direction. It's the tallest structure you've seen intact so far. Where we begin is exactly back in this, call it defensible. It's a building. It had an upstairs, so you have the ability of going upstairs if you wish. Double roomed with a room at the back, and critically, yes, a door at the front. And it appeared to be perhaps an old tavern, maybe. That's where we begin. Any last questions on any of that? Nope. Okay. We're all sitting comfortably. We're all delighted that Aiden is back joining us, and hope that that his character's good luck continue with him tonight. Let's start the game. There we go. Exactly where we start, with your characters in this perhaps tavern. What do you do?
Well, Demos would like to ask if anyone knows how to heal his arm.
M.E.R.P would speak up, and he would know this, but yeah, she'd had a look. Not that she's got very good at diagnostics, but she had a look at the sort of out where we were, and she didn't know anything about it. Sorry. She can try and warm it up. She's got a. Well, she'd be happy to give it a go, because I think she's got a sort of a heating spell, does she? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, she doesn't. Sorry.
Just give it a nice rub.
She's got a burn relief or something. She can try minor irritation relief, but that won't. That's the best she's got. Anyone else?
Just remind me, do we know what it is? No, have to do diagnostics? Sorry, I've forgotten last game, which was only a week ago.
Yeah, then tried doing diagnostics, but I mean, she's not very good at diagnostics. She's only got so she had no idea. But I think that's the right place to start, is by seeing if we can diagnose it. Yeah.
I've only got first aid or second aid. I don't think I've got diagnostics.
Oh.
Let me.
Jada.
Yeah.
Jada, totally.
No. Herb law, poison law, demon law. don't use that very often.
Ooh.
I don't have diagnostics as a skill, which is odd.
That's all good. We'll
Um,
tough it out.
Can you use first or second aid without diagnostics, or do you need to have done that first? Sorry, I'm being very vague tonight. Sorry.
I mean, you perhaps if someone's bleeding, you could. I'd pray to say if someone's bleeding, you'd try to stop the bleeding with first or second aid. I guess. I mean, Alex, you personally know a bit about medicine. What would you do with that answer? Answer your own. If you could answer your own question.
Remind me of the injury. Sorry.
Cold arm that can't move, I think.
Cold arm that can't move, so we're probably lacking some blood flow. So we've probably got an occlusion, maybe.
Bloods and EMG, ultrasound at the vessels. You know, we just
Yeah.
pull our backpack and go for it.
Or it just could be magic, of course. That may fall outside your speciality.
Right.
That's very central to my speciality.
Oh, magic.
Heat
Can we do a
core.
magic-y sort of roll? Like this sort of, have we like to determine if we've come across any sort of injury like this before and know anything about it from a magic
Sorry,
point of
real
view?
quickly, go. Someone's just rung the doorbell. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, I've got detect illness
Ooh.
as a spell. Would that be? It says allows caster to detect if an illness or disease is currently affecting the target, or something. Would I need to know?
I reckon.
Oh, sorry.
It's worth a punt.
Sounds.
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah, worth a go. Sorry, and sorry. On top of that, just as a thing, I think Etienne might have said. I think we sort of agreed as a group. Perhaps it would just take a bit of a rest here to see what we can do. So I don't know if sleep is on the cards because we're not too far into the day. But how do people feel about how we want to go?
How dark is it outside, Chris?
I'm sorry. Say again. How dark is it? Well, you may recall the sun is behaving very, very erratically. The sun is kind of jumping across the sky. It'll kind of track and then it will suddenly leap back and then it will go to a different location in the sky. It's currently not dark.
Okay, so Tarpon will often go and stand guard while people are doing their thing, and he'll get prepare and cast night vision so he can see in case it gets dark. And can he just check his demon and devil lore to see if he knows why this arm might be limp?
Sure, of course you can. Of course you can.
Perfect.
Give me a roll, please.
81.
81. It is masked, and for audience members who don't know what that means that it's a legit roll, but the GM has another table which converts that legit roll to another number. Could be very good, it could be very bad. What's his skill, please, Charles?
I think it's 39, but I'll just check. No, I wish it's 28.
28. He's got a -5, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Give it another couple of minutes thought. Something in your minds there, perhaps, Tarquin. Give it another minute or so, and then try again, please.
Okay, well, I'll do that.
Cool. Give me a roll.
7.
7 could be amazing, of course. Plus 28, you said, minus.
Correct.
Yep.
5.
Yeah. So some information coming into your chat, or it will be once I clear the screen of stuff you guys can see. So going there, coming into your chat in a second.
Good call on the skill, Giles. Nice one.
Hi, sorry about that, guys.
All good.
But I have a sneaking suspicion whatever's happened to your arm is demony or devilly. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'll be able to tell you in a minute, maybe.
Got a wee demon arm.
It's right. It's going to have a go at you.
Biting it up arm.
Coming into your chat. Your choice, of course, what you cheer to share of it. Coming into Tarquin's chat.
So I'm going to tell the party I've done a bit of reading. He's a smart guy, Tarquin, and he's read a few books about baddies. And he recognizes that this could be a curse or unholy magic. And unfortunately, occasionally this thing can grow and consume the person that's affected. So we probably want to really think about how to do something about it post haste. And on that happy note, he's going to cast night vision and walk away from everybody else and keep an eye to make sure no other baddies come. Keep an eye on us. There we go. Down. Luck rolls.
You
So
need
this-
night vision. It's not. Is it dark?
Well, no, but it keeps varying in light. And if I cast night vision, I can just, doesn't matter what happens, I can see like it's day. And I've got like 55 power points and it's 1. So
Give me a roll.
it can't get dark.
Fails on a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, 95.
You're fine. And so this it's actually this entire complex appears to be some kind of tavern or entertainment parlor or something. There is actually a wall here where the cursor is. It's relatively intact. It's got an upstairs. It's quite spacious. Yeah, tell me where you go, Tuck, when you're going at the main door, which is
Well, I guess what Tarkin would tell the crew is he'll have a look around. He'll go upstairs, look around, make sure no one's in here. Obviously, he's keeping an eye out for that big, nasty sword, and then he'll come to wherever the entrance is and stand guard.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
So you go through the complex by yourself.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay. Very fortunately, there isn't. Tarquin doesn't see anything untoward in here, and you locate yourself here, Tarquin. What are others doing, please?
If we're going to be here for a bit, Niathra would like to do some self healing.
Okay. Tell you what.
Well, that's the question. Do we want to be here for a bit?
Well, I think it'd be. I mean, if you're game, it might be worth just seeing how you get on with the herbages.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, Mithan would want to talk to Etienne about things, and perhaps talk to the group, and just say, because I think we sort of determined, sort of sideways, that it was shattered. So, thanks, Jim. Yeah, because she wasn't very good at diagnostics. But it's so it's so completely useless. I suppose she's determining we decided it's shattered. She would share that she's got 1 dose of ruthless. I never know how to say it. Ruthless, which she can. Which I'm getting this right, that once it's prepared, which is brewed, so
Yes.
she will need to make it some sort of a fire. If Etienne drinks it, the shatter says will repair in 12 hours, which is a pretty cool herb. She'll just share that she's not great at preparing herbs, so if anyone's got anything to assist or any other things that would help, she'll be very keen to know about it. But otherwise, she's keen to somehow get a small fire going. If we've got a wee bit of tinder, just enough to do this brew, and would have a go at preparing it. And she might. It's not a very easy herb to prepare, so she's a bit nervous about it. But she's
Well, that just Etienne's just says really appreciate anything you can do. Just do your best. No pressure. Asking the party, has anyone got any spells that can assist in the preparation of herbs? I'm thinking.
Kara does.
Oh,
sorry.
good.
Go
Well,
ahead.
no, go on. No, go.
Well, sorry, my brain's doing side quests. Keros would like to sleep. She's down to 29 power points, if possible. I don't think she's going to get 8 hours, and I don't know if you get 4 hours, you get half or whatever. No, okay. But if we're going to stay for 8 hours, she definitely wants to sleep it through. She also wants to know if she does need to do that detecting illness on the demon arm or not. And she has a level 9 spell called Herbal Remedy, which allows caster to ready herbs requiring preparation without actual preparation. Is that helpful?
Uh,
Sounds
that's hugely so that is massively helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Fe-
love being helpful.
So Mithan would have had to have rolled. I don't believe you've got that spell. That's
Yeah,
massively.
she's so cool, and she got kicked out of the Cloud Club. I mean,
I'm so glad we brought you back to life.
yeah,
So
those jealous bitches.
so can you
Yeah.
can you exactly read the definition of that spell? Literally word for word, please.
I can. It says herbal remedy with an F in a bracket
Uh-huh.
allows caster to ready herbs requiring preparation without actual preparations. Score. For example, the herb Vinook requires brewing before it is ready to be consumed, but with this spell, it would be prepared with the casting of this spell. So you don't have to go through the kerfuffle of prep.
Kerfuffle. Do you realize
Oh,
how critical that is? Because this
No?
this is the role that uh,
Not a
that
clue.
that Mithan would have had to have made. The herbal prep, so she's not applying the herb; she's preparing it. This is just something that Etienne drinks, and this was the discussion offline for some time about the risk of this role because Mithan is not that skilled in it. She's only got, no offense, Mithan, but plus 33. Now, admittedly, that's plus 33 more than anybody else has, I think. But this is the critical role that was coming up to see if Methane could prepare that herb successfully so she could give the cup to Etienne to say, here, drink this. And she might roll really well and get a success. Your skill in preparing these herbs enables you to fully prepare the herb as it's meant to work, add plus 10 to your application roll. Or she could roll a blunder. With a mix of hot water, bandages, and clumsiness, you manage to reverse the potency of the herb, acting now as a poison on your patient. You must make a successful herb lore check to notice this. The herb is gone. How will you tell this to the patient? Or, more likely, a failure. Your time is likely wasted. A 33% chance of 25% effectiveness of the herb, 33% chance of the herb still available, and 33% chance the herb is used up with no effect. With that one spell, assuming that Keros casts the spell successfully on the boiling water, that instantly happens. There is no roll required.
wow.
That's so great. Do you know, I forget that she's got these spells because I just want to shoot little bolts from my fingers, but she's got this whole here
Carios,
spell list. Yeah,
stand by for. I'm just stand by for Etienne, love.
standing by.
You were discussing earlier on, because you're not feeling great, Alex, about you perhaps not joining the game. I would say that contribution and that realization has dramatically affected a lot of people in this party. So,
We
wow.
might already have a beta.
Let's not preempt the roll. What's the fail? 1 or 2?
There's got to be a fire made. So, well, hang on. It automatically prepares the herb. So does it turn the herb into? No, I'd still say
No.
you've got to boil the water, I think, and turn it into a brew. But you cast as you pop the herb into the water, you cast on the boiling water, and it's instantly prepared. So you will still have to make a fire.
Chris, in the
It's-
example that Carios read,
Mm.
that it was exactly this and said you didn't need to boil the water. It's just instantly done.
Prepped
Correct me if I'm wrong.
with the casting of this spell. For
Correct.
example, the herb Vinook requires brewing
Yes.
before it is ready to be
Okay.
consumed.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
with this spell,
Cool.
so maybe
I
not
take
even
it back.
the fire.
Not even the fire. Not even the fire.
And you're good to go. It's
Not
awesome.
even the fire. I don't believe you had that spell. That's amazing.
Me either. This is the thing, like, I feel like Keros knows all of this, but her owner doesn't, so I definitely need, like, some sort of allowance in this game for my memory.
All right. What do you do, please, people?
Well, thank you, Kiros.
Good work, team. So, well, I need to cast that on Mithan, right? The spell gets cast on Mithan, so she can do it, or do I just
I
cast
think you
it on
prepare it on.
myself?
I think you prepare it on Berthalas, and if we go to what Berthalas is, we even have an image for Berthalas. It is that thing in the in the chat, kind of that green fluffy root thing.
Milk, 2 sugars.
There you go. Can you please prepare? So hold out a vessel. Someone prepare a cup. Do you have a cup? Do you have something that Etienne can drink out of, a pot or something?
Pot.
Pot?
Yep, pot. Got cooking pots.
Okay. So describe what happens, please. So you need to turn that root there, that green thing up on screen, into a brew that Etienne can then drink. What happens, please, Kiros?
So she's going to wave her arms and
Arm.
Poor Kiros, and she'll be saying, "This is a good cuppa, just like the Brits make." And then, not the milk first. And then I'd like to point out I'm 100% sober, just high on pain. And then from her tiny fingers will be like little Tetley tea bags coming out with like the hot steam into the pot with the aloe vera, looks like. And then we're going to have our brew because I'm going to be successful in my roll.
You fail on a 1 or a 2, make the roll, please.
Oh, I've built it up too much now. Oh, 52. How's that?
So just purely out of interest, Graham and I had a very enjoyable catch-up about 4 days ago over the weekend, just chatting about what this role would entail and what would happen if such and such happened. You've just completely negated that conversation because the herb is now fully prepared. Etienne, you may drink it.
Neck it.
Wait for it to cool.
Down.
Thank you so much, guys. Etienne gives Kyrios his most welcoming and alluring flicker of his eyelashes.
How does...
Is Gray watching?
I don't know. Is Gray watching?
Gray's always watching.
He's always sniffing.
What and the effect of the spell, please? I think someone said 12 hours.
It is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go.
9 is herbal remedy. 1 herb. No, it's got a line for duration.
No, the actual herb itself.
Should I read that one out?
Please.
Sorry, Pete.
Yeah. Birthless, bone repair, shatter repair, stalk brew, 110 GP. Shatter repairs, magical herb, mends shattered bones without need of surgery. The herb will only heal 1 shattered bone, so if there are many in the user's body, it will target the gravest injury, usually the one that provide most penalty. 12 hours.
12 hours. Okay. You consume.
Brilliant. All right. I'll just yeah, excellent. Thank you, guys.
What do you do?
I'll owe you for the GP.
I think we need to get more of this stalk.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Can Carol sleep? She really needs to. If we're going, are we staying? Can she go down for a nap?
I reckon we should.
Sure.
And what about the devil arm?
Well, I haven't. I've just been looking. I haven't got anything for curses.
Mithan, by the way, would be very impressed by Kiros and say, "Teach me that spell next time I go up a level." So yeah, Mithan is keen to learn that from Kiros. If Kiros is willing to teach her, if that's possible. Mithan can have a go at doing her little disease purification and poison purification on Demos. She wouldn't. Yeah, she's not gonna hold out any hope, but she'll prepare and cast both of those spells.
Sure, give me a roll.
Just for what it's worth. If Demos consents, That's all right. No. Is that I assume that says. Well, that's 52. Exactly the same as Kiros's roll. For disease purification and a 65 for the other spell for poison purification.
So you
for what
don't
it's worth.
you don't know if he has it, but you've cast both those on Demos.
Absolutely, and
Sure.
that stops infection or spread of a disease in one target after they've acquired disease. Thus no further damage will occur. Oh, stupid me. Well, it's still helpful in uninfected areas of the body.
Okay.
Yeah, damage already sustained is not cured.
Okay. Okay. Well, you cast those spells. Kiros, you've provided the brew to Etienne. Talk me through what happens, guys. I won't go around each character. Just generally have a chat, and talk me through what your thoughts are.
Well, I would like to cast whenever that's convenient.
Sure. Give me a roll.
With a four rounds of gesticulating, standing on one leg.
Yep.
Almost fit.
Yep. Fails on a 1 or a 2.
100.
Spell succeeds.
Do I get extra?
Nope.
No. Yeah, so she's casting pain relief. Heals 1 hit per minute.
Okay.
So she's gonna just do a kind of healing kind of pose, sit somewhere nice, and then sit there for as long as it takes.
Okay. Okay.
If I can jump in, Mithan would offer hit point healing to anyone who would like it, including, well, not herself, but Leif, and Leif would say yes. I was going to say, but Mithan would also remembers that Tarquin had said something about him having a herb that would double recovery time, and just wondering if we know if that would. So if we're going to do 8 to 9 hours rest now, that still means 3 hours before Etienne's shattered bone is completely repaired. If we were to use can we use Tarquin's herb in conjunction with Kiros's one?
Can't think why not. It's Hugar. He's got 2 more doses. I don't think it requires any preparation, but I can't open the.
Yeah.
Open the spreadsheet. It's on the spreadsheet though.
Oh.
We got.
Well, thanks, guys, for all your greenery. This is brilliant.
You can beat me to it, Pete.
Is it Hugar or Aloe?
So I think
Hugar.
Aloe vera.
Oh no, Hugar's the reduces sleep.
Yes, no, it's aloe. You're right. In which case, there's even more of it, which is good.
Aloe, I don't think works for this injury. But have a read, Pete. If you beat me to it.
Sorry, no, I was looking on the sheet.
Aloe. Yep. Got it. Leaf apply doubles healing rates for burns and minor cuts. Heals 5 hits if they result from burns. The same burn.
So we've got to wait.
But it's a good look though, because he has 2 other herbs. He has Velderic that cures frostbite. Now I wonder if, but then it identifies it as being 1 to 50 hit points from cold, so it probably isn't going to heal the bother. And he also has this Trudars, which is provides disease resistance. But again, I think this is a magical problem with the arm. Okay, so it's not going to work. Bother. Sorry.
A good idea, though.
Thank you very much, Graham, for providing a new link to the Dropbox. That just worked magically. It's awesome.
We sprinkled the demon dust on his arm, and then the demon comes out.
No, it prevents a demon from crossing it. So we could sprinkle it, if there's a whole horde of them, we could sprinkle it in a circle around us, as I understand it, but it won't.
Can we sprinkle it at the top of his arm so it can't get any further?
Well, I mean, if Tarquin's not there, but having told you this, obviously, if it gets cold or anything else gets numb, you presume it would progress up and into the chest, right? Then we need to panic.
Should we just cut it off and regrow it?
Just because you've got one arm, bro.
We should all have one arm.
Quite a few of you do.
Yeah, that'd be half the team.
Well, it's going that way, isn't it?
Yikes.
Does anyone have anything else? Tarquin's totally useless and beyond what he's already done.
Those Mythan. Sorry.
What is magic ritual, Chris? Why on earth did I invest in that skill?
I don't know.
I've got to find out. I wonder how I find out.
The chromatic codex and find this
Mhm.
skill description.
That's right.
So
not-
you do know, you just weren't going to tell me.
Sounds like we need a cleric.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit healing roll for Leif.
Yes, please. Give me a roll.
It's a 24.
24. The spell goes off. I'm not going to do the sound effects, but yes. And what happened? Oh, how many hits?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was 26. An 8, 10, 8.
26. Leif, you're back on your full 150. You're feeling miles better.
Nice.
Gray's on full hits. Leif's on full hits. Keros is on full hits. Niathan's on full hits. Mythan, you're 1 hit down.
Yeah.
Demos, you're on 118 out of your 135. Etienne, you're on 120 out of your 136. And Tarquin, you're on 72 out of your new total of 79.
Tarquin doesn't need because we'll heal 8 hits over the thing. Over sleep, correct? So who was that? There was Etienne and
Etienne and Demos.
Sorry, and Demos.
Yep.
I think just one spell each, if they're happy to.
Yeah, well, God, yeah.
Yep. Oh, bloody hell. Roll of 95.
Another one. So this is on Demos.
Yep, sure.
How many hits?
Healing 13 hits.
13, 118, 131. Demos is 4 points off his maximum.
Thank you.
He'll heal over the thing.
Yep.
Over sleep. And for Etienne, I think was needing 1. That's a roll of 24 for the spell.
Spell goes off. And
3d10. Healing 13 hits. Is that enough?
nearly 133 out of Etienne's 136.
Yep, he'll heal once after some sleep. Cool.
Amazing.
What do you do?
So it sounds like we're having a bit of a kippage.
Okay. So talk me through your plans of staying in this complex. Where do you go? Where do you position yourselves? What do you do?
Is there some? Well, we'll obviously have to arrange a watch. We can shut the door, right?
Yes, you can.
We'll do that.
Mhm.
And then we'll arrange. Can we bar it?
Gray can magically lock it.
There's kind of detritus and stuff around that you. In fact, with a bit of strong work, there's actually, oddly enough, you could bar the bar with a bar. Sorry, you could bar the door with a bar. There's actually, you could probably pick up the old oaken or old wooden bar, kind of worm-eaten and disgusting, but still reasonably heavy, and you could place that in front of a door. And then there's also the offer of a spell, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
Let's do
Gray
that.
Gray can do magical lock, and on any door or container to magically lock it.
Brilliant. How do you unlock it?
You can
Oh, right.
you can cancel any spell with 1 round of preparation. So any spell you've cast, you can cancel that spell, any spell, with 1 round of prep if you've cast it.
Just like that.
Little genie twist of the nostril.
That's it.
Cool. I wonder if the bar's enough, but if you want to lock as well, I reckon we have people on watch in the upstairs. If it's safe to walk upstairs, maybe that's our lookout point. But I reckon. Oh, and I think that our other thing is that we should be as quiet as possible. It was the noise of the ceiling collapsing that brought trouble down on us. So that's just.
Should we maybe not go upstairs then?
Sure. Yep.
You know what I mean? I'll just avoid any more rolling.
Is there any way to tell if there is anything upstairs, though, that we might want to know if it's up there?
Tarquin just checked it out.
Okay, so talk me through. So you've made that plan. So you put the bar across the door. Any other preparations? So you're containing yourself to this large main downstairs one room. It's probably the most stable of any, and the most secure of any. The others have holes in the wall or ceiling or whatever. This one is pretty contained. Any other
Karis would
preparations?
like to find a snuggly corner. She'll need Grey to play with her hair as she falls asleep. And she'd like to give the demon dust to whoever's on watch just in case, because she's carrying it.
Okay.
Gray's happy with that.
How long are we going to sleep for, team?
I bet he
8
is.
hours.
Yeah. I think
So
is it 8 hours or was it 9 hours to do a proper watch?
8.
I'm just trying to find it.
But Tarkin's a half elf. He needs 6 hours sleep, so he can do the first 2 hours.
Yeah, I think we've
Like-
got a little. Hang on, I'm just find the. We had a kind of watch thing, didn't we?
It's should pin it to the top of the main game chat, I reckon,
Yeah.
and the party order.
What happened to that?
Okay. So
Yeah, there's one on the 2nd of the 2nd at 10:40 a.m. 9-hour watch.
Let's do that then.
I'll
Alright.
grab it and repost it.
Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay.
Oh, did that work? No.
Oh, I've got it. That's right. Oh, you got
Oh.
it. There you go.
Uh,
Oh, that. Yeah.
all right. Yep. Talk me through it, guys. Talk me through what happens. I'm going to go around each person actually. So Keros, you're bedding down with Grey playing with your hair, and you've given the devil dust, or the demon dust, I should say, to whoever's on watch. Is that person using the dust? Now, to explain, there are 1, the main door, 2, a stairway upstairs, and 3, a doorway here into this kind of dilapidated first-story building here. This first-story part of the complex here. Door there, and upstairs.
So when you say first floor, do you mean that's upper level or not ground floor?
Upper level.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think probably 2 on watch is a good idea. I don't think we should use the dust, right? We might need that more acutely somewhere down the line, right?
I think a very good idea to have it to hand in case it's needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Don't use it just yet, unless you can sweep it back up again.
I didn't pack a dustpan and brush.
Okay, so I'm going to go around each character, and so I know what Keros is doing. Let's go for Etienne, please. What's your plan over the next 8 to 12 hours? How long? Sorry, how long are you waiting for? Is probably. Are you waiting the full 12 hours for Etienne? I'm assuming so, but please tell me.
I think we should.
Okay, great.
If it's okay with everyone.
So he'll brush up on some spells
Mhm.
that he's learning. He'll just keep company with whoever's on watch and perceive as best he can, which
Cool.
isn't that great. So the other person can. Yeah.
Excellent. Nathaniel?
She'll after she's finished healing, she'll do the lion's share of the watch and be perceiving everywhere and
Cool.
keeping a watch over the party and looking in all directions, listening, sniffing, etc.
Cool. Leif?
Leif, same. Just be on watch when he needs to be, talking with people otherwise. Just a thought. haven't kept track, but what is our water looking like?
It's a good point. Yeah, really good points. I would say you've each got one more day. So tomorrow, and then after tomorrow, you need to find a water source, whatever tomorrow is in this place, and boil some more water. That's what you've been doing so far. So you've got plenty. You've still got, I'd imagine, enough oil
Yep.
to help you make a fire, and then boil water as you've been doing your entire time here in Tarek,
Oh.
in the jungle.
Cool. I also wonder. Well, I wonder if we could try doing an ice wall to save on our oil, and the
Yeah.
part of being on watch is catching the melty bits in containers. I don't know if that's before Kira sleeps, if she wants to do an ice.
Yeah,
That's a
just
good
what
idea.
I was thinking. I can do an ice wall, and then you can lick it if you
Cool.
like.
But otherwise, Lath will just be on watch and just keep an ear out and do his learning and do his but quiet activities,
Okay, cool. Nathan?
crochet and stuff.
Yep.
Same with Nathan.
Cool. Keros heard what you're doing. Suggestion of an ice wall. Is she doing that or not?
Yep, she'll put a little ice wall in.
Okay. Okay. Give me a roll for that. Fails on a 1 or a 2.
Okay. Oops. $27.
27. Actually, oh no, this isn't a desert. I'd say you can get past on half a pint of water in the extreme heat. I'm probably being very generous. The spell goes off. Everybody can replenish over the course of tonight. Everybody can replenish their water bottle. A 1 pint water bottle is 2 days. Probably being very generous. Really is probably a day, but we'll go with 1 pint of water is 2 days. Use sparingly. Great. So there's now an ice wall. Please top up your water bottles. And point noted. Demos and Grey, and then we'll come to Tarquin. Any actions over the next period of time?
Demos is just going to be rubbing his arm, trying to keep it warm, trying to figure out if he can feel anything. Do a little bit of experimentation. Otherwise, I don't think he's not on watch, so I think he's just going to relax.
Cool.
And then Gray is happy to braid Kiros's hair and tell her that he's very impressed by all of her incredible knowledge. And maybe softly sing some songs or something.
Excellent. How romantic. What a great place to take your date.
Yeah.
Okay, you bed down. You've made preparations as described. There is a staircase going up, which you're keeping an eye on, but you're reasonably confident there's nothing above you, although there are holes in the roof. There is a door and a door that you can and have closed and then barred here into this lower level, just one story part of the building here, more dilapidated than when you are. You're definitely in the most secure room in the premises, and you have barred the main door, which is here where Tarquin is at the front. Sorry, and Tarquin, I think I knew what you're doing. I was meant to come to you, but tell me if you're doing anything else. Yeah, you could. Cool. So you settle in and begin to pass some time. The hours drag on, and again, as mentioned, the sun is doing very strange things in the sky. You think it is getting later, maybe, and then suddenly it's not, and then it's actually kind of back to morning or whatever. Some time does go past. Some information coming into your chat, and I'd be keen for you to do whatever you need to do on this, please, Tarquin. Oops, no. A second. There we go. That probably happens, you're guessing, a few hours into your time. Into your time here. Any actions or reaction to that?
Great. So Tarquin's going to throw up outside, vomit stinks, and go seek out Mithan and ask if she can figure out what the hell's wrong with him. And he'll explain the symptoms: feel queasy, sick in the stomach, just had a vom.
Yeah, can Mithan do diagnostics?
Of course you can.
Please. Yep. With her amazing skill. Did that work? It's a roll of 70.
Mm-hmm. It's a master dice roll.
Plus-
Yep. Plus
30.
Cool. No idea, sorry, Mithan. You just don't know. He's clammy to the touch. But don't forget, it's quite humid here. Very humid here. It's sticky. But you don't know. You don't know what's wrong with Taku.
She'll apologise. She'll say, yeah, she's not sure. She's happy to do disease and poison purification on him,
Sure.
and to do minor irritation relief
Sure.
if he's
Yes,
willing.
please. Yes, please.
Yep. Don't know what effect they'll have. So this is the minor irritation relief. That's a 72.
72. Thank you.
Will heal 1 minor irritation, e.g., headache, toothache, bee sting, hangover.
Cool. So all 3. Do you cast all 3 spells or just?
Yep. Yeah, all 3. So that's a roll of 7 for the disease.
Yep. Success.
And for the poison, an 88.
Yep. All 3 spells are successful. Tarquin, you're still feeling lousy, I'm afraid.
So disease, no. Poison, no. Minor irritation made no difference.
No.
Well, I guess I'm feeling crappy, such is life.
Okay.
She, Mithan will sort of awkwardly sort of acknowledge that it sucks when you're feeling like shit.
They're there.
And-
They're there.
Yeah. That's it. Huge steps for her. Huge steps. But yeah, so she'll be as compassionate as she knows how to be, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Bit later on, really hard to judge time, but you're all alerted. You're all still awake. By the way, to regain power points and to heal, you don't need to sleep. You just simply need to rest. So not walking around, not doing activity. So you definitely all have this time is counting towards your replenishment of both power points and hit points. Yeah. Outside in the ash and the gloom, you're aware of noises and the sounds of what you would say is sniffing, perhaps. And then suddenly whatever's making that noise is, you think, close-ish by. Any actions from you?
Keep quiet.
Okay.
I think keep still. See if it passes.
Action.
Don't need to see what it is. Probably better if we don't.
Okay. After a time, yeah, it does fade. More time passes. Quite some number of hours go past. And Tarquin, some more information coming your way.
Oh yay! So now I have diarrhea and vomiting.
You were
And I'm
feeling
dehydrated and I'm dizzy.
all of your water is gone, Tarquin, as a result. No, you've got an ice water replenish from, but you are drinking a phenomenal amount of that icy water. You are feeling awful. You're at negative 25. And
Didn't we have some didn't we just read someone read out something to do with illness?
Yeah, no, I just looked and I think it says it prevents disease, but we've used Pete's disease spell that made no difference, so I don't think it's disease. It's so I'm not convinced there's any value in that. This. I mean, no, I don't know, I can't hurt to try, I suppose. We'll just lose it. So yeah, Truders, essentially it provides disease resistance for 1 to 10 days.
No, you've already got it. Yeah, that's no good. We're already we're sort of taking malaria, sort of anti-mosquito stuff, but already.
It's an unromantic way to die.
Very fortunately for Kiros's Ice Wall, for at least your comfort, Tarquin, you're at least able to drink water.
Well, look, he'd crawl up in a corner a long way away from people as he disgraces himself.
Yeah, he's having a really rubbish time. Time passes, and it does go darker outside for a time, and there is the increase of activity. Stuff, things, you don't know what, but there's more sounds of strange sounds outside. As it gets, and it does get darker, the sounds of flutes, distant children talking, sound of a busy, and then almost inexplicably, the sound of quite a busy town for a bit. And then, again, it's definitely dark now. That sound kind of blends and twists. You really don't want to go outside. And then sound fades. City fades. All you hear is the sound of the wind outside. The sound distantly of someone crying. Welcome to Tarek Nev at Night, everyone.
Not giving it a very good Google review. That's
Can you please tell me who is on the second to last watch, please?
second to last is Gray and Demos.
Cool. So Gray and Demos, it's the light was getting lighter. You thought it was coming on for dawn, and then the sun kind of leapt backwards, and then it's dark again. But you're aware of suddenly something close. Outside the door. And there's scratching on the door. Demos and Etienne, what do you do?
Not Etienne, I don't think it was Demos and Gray. I think
Oh, sorry, Demos and Gray.
Demos will. I don't want to make too much noise to alert anything. Demos is gonna edge towards the party and maybe just subtly try and wake up a few people.
Could you give me
quietly?
Could you give me a stealth roll, please? Stalk roll.
Sure.
This is not masked, it's in the open.
Sure. 34.
Oh, great.
No.
What's his stalking, please?
Plus 20.
Okay. So as he's moving over, there's suddenly a at the door, and again. Door.
Might be time to cut there.
What's Victory doing? It's because that sounds like a big victory.
Who's he woken up?
Whoever's closest.
Pick a character.
Ooh. He's woken up. Mithan.
Mithan. You hear that at the door.
She'll just. She will not move. She doesn't want to make any sound at all. But she'll look quick. What's the word? Sort of raise an eyebrow to Gray, because I assume Gray is still at the door.
Yep. Gray's going to have a little bit of a sniff to see if he can identify the scent of the creature.
Give me a roll, please.
Cool. 44.
It's masked.
Mm-hmm.
What's his perception, please?
His what? Sorry.
His perception.
50.
You don't smell anything, Greg.
Okay. He's gonna back away a wee bit, and he's gonna prepare.
Okay. Cool. Could I ask everybody, please, to make a perception roll? If your total, and it's unmasked, if your total is over 80, you've been alerted to the sounds of, whoops, not that, of that. Make a roll, and if your roll is over 80, your character's awake.
Anything I've got 100.
Cool.
Does this include?
Yes.
Yeah, and your perception.
Yep. Yeah, okay, I'm fine.
Life's good. Can I just ask a question from a fan? Is that the sound of the door breaking?
Bits of the door are breaking. Yeah.
Okay, so
No.
that is what it is.
So
We did
sorry.
we did put the bar against the door, didn't
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
we? Yeah.
Both my characters are awake, and I guess if Gray wasn't already thinking about it, that casting that spell on the door was probably a good idea. But that's probably what he's doing anyway.
Yeah, it was, or potentially maybe a barrier in front of the door.
Okay. Didn't he have a lock? I thought he had a natural lock.
Yeah, he does actually. He does have one. Yes, he's got a.
Does that count if the door disintegrates?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, I'll go
The
through.
door can be broken normally. Yeah, the door can
What
be
spell
broken.
do you have, Aiden? What's it called?
Magic lock. So the door can be broken normally though. So that doesn't
Yeah.
really.
How
matter.
wide? How wide is the entrance?
8 foot.
Oh, so you can't be blocked by another wall then.
I don't know if it helps, Aiden, but I've got the same spell and 55 power points, just to bear in mind. So I've got no attacking spells. So if you've got attacking spells, you might want to save them. I can cast it.
Mhm.
Any other?
Otherwise, go if you like.
Yeah, we'll go through. Actually, we'll jump into rounds. Actually. A sec. Coming. Cool. Rolling initiative. Just before we go into rounds, some good news. Etienne, your wrist is healed.
Yep. Oh, great.
It's been 12. Must have been 12 hours. And fantastic news for Gray. The ringing in your head has gone, Gray. You are back to normal.
Oh. Nice.
Everybody is on full hits because you've slept. So Mithan, you've had a very uncomfortable night's sleep, I might add. Let me just edit everybody else because, hey, you might need your hit points. Etienne on 3-6. Regrettably, Tarquin, you're still feeling lousy. There's unfortunately nothing in your stomach or bowels to bring up, however, but you are still at negative 25 for all of your actions. So we're going into rounds. Nathaniel, you are first. If your character's awake, you're first to act. What do you do?
She's preparing.
Okay. Cool. And Demos had gone to speak to Mithan, who was... I've just randomly put you... So tell me where your characters would be, by the way. So where would Nathaniel have been?
Well, I think we're sort of in a group, aren't we? Not too near the door. Wasn't that the plan? I think we'd stick together.
Okay. Okay.
So a group, far away from the door. I think was the plan, wasn't it?
Alex had said she was... sorry, Keros was in a corner. I'd picked up that much, but everybody else was together. Okay, so I'm just going to put you there. So Nathaniel's there. What's she doing? She's preparing.
Preparing.
Yep. Gray, you're still at the door.
Yes, he'd wanted to kind of step back a couple of steps.
Yep.
And maybe do some preparing.
Yes. So he stepped back and started preparing. Great. Next up, please, is on my list is Leif. Is Leif awake?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
He would look. He would want to look around and see if anyone is not awake.
Is anyone not awake? Okay. Sounds like everybody is.
Cool. Then he will. So I suppose that's a 30% perception thing.
Yep.
So he will. Yep. Hold until next round.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. Can I just check? I mean, I think is it safe to say that he would have gone to sleep with his weapons
Yep.
at least out or prepared, so he'll arm himself quietly.
Mithun?
She will arm herself quietly too.
Mhm.
Yes.
Could you both make a roll? I'm just interested in a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to see if you make a clink or a bang or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're bad, otherwise you're good.
No, all good.
Cool, great. Tarquin. Hello, Tarquin.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. I'm going to prep, although I can't help myself, Chris. I'm going to ask.
Mhm.
I have a spell, Body Control, that adds 50 to any mover, including contractions. Does this include bowel contractions?
Sorry, say, ask the question again, please. I missed that.
Can I use it to stop his diarrhea?
I didn't hear what the spell does, please. Can you say that again?
It adds 50 to any roll that requires balance or contractions.
Contractions or contortions?
Contractions.
Contractions. What do we think, team? Bowel contractions?
Yeah.
Really?
It's in their vested interest to want it to work. He's going to prep, and he'll.
What list is it in?
Phantom movements. He's got. I'm just being slightly facetious.
Yeah,
Chris,
I'm sorry. Yeah, nice try. Nice try, but no. Yes.
He's going to prep for 90%, and he's going to perceive for 10%. What he
Correct.
wants to know is
Yep.
the position of everyone and where this creature is likely to come through in this door.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
if he has to take a punt at them, he'll be able to take a punt at them.
Cool. Give me a roll, please, for perception.
Oh, bloody hell. 93.
93. This is must. 93. Okay, and you're rolling well. Plus 98. So you're aware of everybody's position, and it sounds like there is something you don't know what. Whoops. There is something outside.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Yep. Next up on my list is Etienne.
He's going to gesticulate to everyone to get close, and I would imagine by now they probably know why.
Okay.
We've done it a lot, and the gig is you've got to be within 20 feet, but I'm guessing they probably know that by now.
Okay. Anything else he's doing?
Well, he's just yeah. I mean, it's an instantaneous spell. He will, if his sword isn't already out, he'll slide it out, and I guess he'll very, very, very slowly get to his feet.
Great. So give me a roll, same as Leif, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's got a problem. Otherwise, he's silent.
54.
He's fine. Keros is next.
She's awake. What is Victory doing, please?
Victory is looking very perturbed and is in the corner.
Okay. She has a ring that she can do a slaying attack, so she will be prepared to use that. Can she hold that till the end?
Sure.
And can she do a perception, please?
Sure, give me a roll.
Okay. And she'll be following like group instructions or group wherever the group goes.
Okay.
96.
Shame it's
plus,
last.
35.
35, sure thing. Doesn't pick up any more information, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And then last but not least, Demos himself.
Demos is gonna get Jamie Lynn prepared.
Yeah.
He's probably not gonna stand at the front. He's probably gonna be like, I don't know, because he's got his long range weapon. He wants to be able to come and jab from the back if he can. So he's just going to position himself in a strategic area facing the door.
Okay.
Chris, where is the door on the map? Sorry.
It's here.
Oh,
Doesn't-
okay. Where Grey is.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yep. You've all prepared, and then again, there is this noise, and then that, and then that, but not on the door. The noise has gone away from the door, and it sounds like there's something happening outside.
It sounds like a fight.
Yeah. Any actions from you guys?
Keep still.
Anybody else?
Is there a crack in the door? Did you say there was like some splintering or something?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. You want to go up to it?
He doesn't really want to go up to it, so he can help it, but if there's like any kind
Oh,
of
who's he? Grey or Demos?
way he's close to the door.
Oh, yep,
So
yep.
if there's anything
Yep.
he can kind of get through there without touching it or going close to it.
Yep, sure. Have a look through. Give me a roll.
Sure. 34.
34. And what's his perception?
50.
Some information coming into Gray's chat. Can you guys see the...
No.
No, you can't. Coming. I need to move my little box. Okay. Any other action from anybody else? I know I've got people preparing. Any other preparations? I'm not going to go through party order. Just tell me if you do anything.
Nothing and knife preparing.
Anybody else doing anything? Preparing? And then suddenly... After a few minutes, it goes quiet.
I think we've all got diarrhea now, haven't we?
Yeah.
goodness. That did not sound nice.
So that big fish ate the little one.
Yep.
It's good to know that demons all don't get on.
Gray would like to explain what happened, what he
yeah.
saw.
Go on, then.
So he couldn't see the full thing, but there was something with tentacles seemingly hitting the empty air. The thing was very, very large. It was like quite a few times the size of a man. It had lots of tentacles, horns, and fur, and was horrible. That's what he saw.
Right, let's endeavour not to meet that.
Yes. Ideally not.
Who won? The thin air or the tentacle horn?
I don't know. It remains to be seen. I mean, what was left was thin air, so maybe it was the thin air.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So more time
Good to
passes.
know.
More time passes, and it's kind of you've had 2 or 3 dawns where the sun's come up and then it's reverted again, and then it's come up again and it's reverted and it's gone black again. It's happened 3 or 4 times, but for a while now the sun has come up and it seems to have held. You think it's morning, perhaps the next day, a day, sometime, you don't know. As described, Gray, the ringing, the buzzing in your head from that colossal whack that you got is now gone. And miraculously, power of Keros, Etienne, your wrist works again.
Thanks, Keros.
Regrettably, Tarquin, you're still feeling rubbish. What do your characters do, please?
Etienne would like some assistance with screwing on his shield.
Yep. Could you
screw that?
Could you maybe describe to listeners and viewers that maybe aren't familiar with this character, Graham, just what that means?
It means Etienne really enjoys being crushed by things and having he's got a penchant for left-hand injuries. So he's had 2 of both, and he had his hand burnt off by acid in the in-between, and as a consequence, lost. Obviously, couldn't carry a shield, but he had a prosthetic thingy, special shield made with a screw-on shield, which means he can use a shield. But obviously, you can only use one hand. Other than that.
Speaking of shields, Demos, your arm is still hold. Who is carrying Demos' shield for him?
I think Mathan can. She's not over encumbered.
Cool. You break your fast. There is still the remains of the ice wall, so you are able to have some icy water for breakfast, along with your dwindling rations. What do your characters do, please?
We had some soup.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget the soup.
Don't forget the soup. True.
Well, how would you all think about checking out the gold building?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we should check the door first. Like that we barred the door at the bar. Yeah. And check the body outside, because I'm sure there is one.
Do you want to have a little look? Send Gray out. Can he have a peek, Gray?
Yep, just a wee peek.
Nothing outside.
Nothing.
Did you just imagine it, Gray? Was it just a nightmare? Was it a vision?
Maybe it's the final buzzing of his head. Maybe.
That woke all of us up. All right. Should we head off then? Oh, what have we got, Tarquin? What are we going to do about you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in reality, he's simply just going to have to follow along, right? I mean, he can't be left behind. That'll be the end of him. So he'll just have to follow along as best he can.
One thing on Tarquin, you would probably say you're not getting worse. You would say you're stable. You feel awful, but you're not. You haven't materially got worse over the the time you've rested.
Well,
That's something.
we'll take that as good news. Should we put Tarquin in the middle of the party?
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Yeah, especially near Etienne. So if Etienne does his buff spell, then Tarquin can take advantage of that. Can we also check Demos's arm hasn't gotten worse either?
Describe what you do there.
Oh, we're just can he poke his shoulder? Can he still feel his shoulder? Where's the deadness?
Deadness goes up
the
to his
deadness-
shoulder, but it went up to his shoulder yesterday. Well,
Awesome.
yeah,
Yep.
when it
Do
first
we have
happened.
does anyone have a pen or a writing device?
Yeah, got quills. I think.
Yeah.
What we should draw a little line about where it's dead and where it's fine, because then you'll be able to see if it's moved.
Yeah, smart.
It's plenty of
Yep.
There's lots of burnt buildings around. There's plenty of charcoal.
Cool.
Let's do that. Nice.
Okay. Sort me through what happens, please.
Well, so shall we retrace our steps?
Yep.
We'll go quietly and cautiously
Yes.
and avoid meeting anything.
You come out.
Yeah, have a little peek when we get to that corner. Nathan will just go up, have a little peek round the corner before we go around it, and if there's nothing there, and then keep doing that all the way back.
Okay. So you head back to the way you came. You don't. So you're not going into the parts of the map that you can't see. Is that right? You're just following your. So you head through the amphitheater, up here and around. Is that right?
I think so. I think if we've got a vague idea where that gold building is, then
Yeah. Could be missing stuff, but we also could be the stuff we could be missing could also be stuff to kill us. So.
Okay.
well, playing the odds, that would seem likely.
Yeah.
All right. You make your way back to where you were. These buildings up here, you would say that they're perhaps some kind of apartments, destroyed and badly damaged as described, multi-storied, etc. And you get back to where you were. I'm going to call it yesterday because for shorthand, maybe it was yesterday. You're not sure, but yeah. What do you do?
Well, can you point out where the gold building was? Best
You-
of our recollection.
You thought it was somewhere over here.
All right. Well, should we just head in that direction, or do you want Nathan to scout?
Would she maybe scout, but like where we can see her?
Yeah.
We want to
Wanna-
stick together, right? These
Yeah.
baddies come and mess us up.
All right. Oh, it's just that she can stalk and then double back if necessary. Well, I think where we get to a corner of a building, she might just do that, so that
Yeah.
she'll go up to the corner of that building to our left, have a little peek around the corner and into the mist, and then double back and collect the party and so on, and just keep going in that sort of manner.
All right. Done.
Can
Gee-
I be terrible and butt in here and say I need to go?
You lasted longer than I thought you would, and I appreciated you joining. And you've already, with that spell, had a massive impact, positive impact on the game. So yeah, I'm just sorry you're not feeling well, Alex.
That's okay. Keros is full power points, full hits, and she would just lightning and ice everything that comes her way.
Cool.
If in doubt.
Blast it. Do we have a nominee for who might play Keros?
I can do Keros if you'd like. I've never played Keros before.
She's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I've only got one character. I'm happy to, but I'm equally happy not to.
Oh,
Um,
maybe you should then. Then we got two each, haven't we? Does that work?
Happy with that, Charles?
Yeah. If you could just send me the sheets and I'll download them,
Done.
that'd be great.
Thanks
I'm
so
just gonna
much,
stick them into
team.
my Shark Quinn chat.
Yes, just coming.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks very
Yeah.
much.
Rest
Thank you.
well.
Take care, everyone. Don't
See ya.
die. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night. Good night.
Coming with you now. Thanks, Charles. Okay. Well, the very exciting news is the GM is going to change screen
Is that a good thing?
and change map.
Oh. We're in a more interesting part of the lair. That's a good sign.
Quickly.
Unless it's just changing scale means there's more demons per square inch.
Let's just have a quick look at. No, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's definitely good. Definitely good.
For who?
The story.
The story's always the winner.
Story's the winner on the night. Yes, indeed. Okay. So, let's just take a moment or so, guys. So, if you do feel like a conflab, not that people tend to when you ask them to, oddly enough, now's a good time to discuss tactics and other things.
Wow.
Did you know that Carius has a spell called Break Wind?
Good to know.
Oh, sounds like a stinky spell.
Yeah, well, I think we'll marching order and then I think get ready for Etienne to cast inspirations if things look like they're turning south. So stay within 20 foot of Etienne at all times. Etienne would remind everybody.
Yep. I guess that Nathan would have done that the previous night, but she just would be. Yeah, she wanted to just check on Tarquin. Maybe she would in the morning and just. Yeah. See if he had any other information about why he's not well, if he knew anything.
Yeah.
She's not pushing, there's no pressure. But yeah.
No.
Okay.
And I'm guessing he's reasonably crook, just because everything he has minus 25 to. So he hasn't broken his wrist to minus 100. But,
just feeling stink for him.
It's just hard to know what it is, right?
Yeah. And she just
he's a bit useless in there anyway. He's got a magical dagger, but nothing else, and very few attack spells. So he's not actually that useful.
Well, your dagger might be useful, right? It's an anti-demon dagger, isn't it?
Right.
But we all know that it's not always the attacking or the whatever that's. It's the perception. It's the other little actions or the key thing that can turn the combat, or, we'd be best if we were all functional.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I was just going to say that. Gosh, when that creature faded again after their fight, I was just like, oh my goodness. It's just like, what's going to happen? Are we going to get into it? Oh no.
all right. So, let me just go to. Actually, map transfer seemed to work not too bad. The GM's quite pleased with his handiwork, which is always interesting when the GM is pleased with his handiwork. Okay, so I've just simply put your characters on the map. This is the way you have come. So the last thing you were doing was coming off the dilapidated buildings.
I think we can see.
Oh, you can't. Oh, what? Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. We're on Demos for some reason. That's strange.
He looks very heroic.
Anyway,
a little bit like Lando, actually.
Yes. A lot of rubble here, and then off in the mist, more kind of rubble and junk. You'd come up this way a bit, and you'd seen the beginnings of quite a large intact wall, and you'd spotted more rubble, etc. Here, and kind of break in the mist had revealed you've come up here, and let me just describe this. Yeah, So you're standing in an area of kind of decayed marble walls in this area. So this is quite beautiful old white stone, dilapidated and falling to bits, and just piles of this stuff. And it is rough. It is to scale, by the way. In front of you, you see, and Neathanel, where is Neathanel? Is that Neathanel? Yes. Neathanel, your scouting has revealed something interesting. So you've been walking through this complex now, and every now and then there's like a stand of a few kind of decaying palm trees, spindly, sickly plants, and the whole thing is kind of decayed and awful. And chunks of stone coming out of the ground, and you've got some more here as described. And occasionally paving stones, parts of streets, or perhaps buildings that have collapsed. But something different here, Neathanel. You see here, leading up to what was probably once a building here, you can work that much out. The yeah. Yes. There is a path of very, very large bricks, so that the paving stones aren't quite to scale, but very, very large bricks. They're yellow in colour and and flecked, yes, and flecked. You think perhaps peering down, and you've gone ahead a little bit to inspect. The scale is, just to give you a sense, it's 35 or so feet. So going ahead 25 or so more feet, inspecting, glancing down, you actually think there appears to be gold flecks as part of these yellow, very faded, decaying, rotten-looking yellow bricks. But further out, you've seen the sign of some more ruins or something stone up here, and yes, this wall over here.
Well, should we get arm in arm and follow the elaborate road? I think that's what it calls for.
Okay.
Etienne,
Yeah.
big man. I don't.
Mathan would say that if it's appropriate,
Oh,
she can do.
Damn it.
Oh,
Sorry. I thought I'd deleted. I didn't. Sorry.
Mathan's happy to, if it works, cast Path Tail on this path.
Good idea.
So she'll once if we're going to, I think she has to be on it.
So you move up.
It doesn't say she has to, but I'm assuming she sort of
Yeah,
has to.
you do. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, she'll prepare and cast that.
Yep. Give me a roll. I hope I've got the right bit. Yep. Give me a roll, please, Pete.
93.
93. The spell goes off.
Cool. Description is caster acquires visual image of any user or users of a given path within a period of 1 hour per level.
1 hour per level. Okay.
She's 10th level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you see users of a path. Okay. Yes, you do see some things, and I am going to chuck some images into your chat, Mithan. So I'm going to.
She's gonna.
Yep. You describe them. I know.
Oh, she's gonna gird herself because she's not looking. It's gonna be nightmare stuff she's imagining. But
so we'll go to that view there, and then Mithan, your chat coming in. Just take me a second or so to find it. Okay. A few.
Okay.
Now, the really weird thing is that very last one, the yellowish one, Mithan,
Mm-hmm.
turns and looks at you.
Okay. She's not happy about that. I assume this goes fast, so I'll just say what I can see, and then I think leave it at that, and not sort of go back to them. But girl in a white robe, a person with a hand coming out of their mouth, a person in a black robe, can't see any features other than their hands, some decaying sort of creature rotting away with spines on its head, something really scary glaring at me, some black sort of shadow thing with teeth, and then this last one, a yellow tentacled thing that has turned and has looked at me. Yikes. So I guess that's a bit of a shake. She'll be a bit shaken by that. Because maybe it's on the path at the moment. It can sense her magic. Who knows? But that's what.
And it saw her. Definitely
saw her. Okay, so she'll probably say, okay, perhaps I've alerted something that we hear. Sorry. A yellow tentacled creature. It's very odd. It saw me when I cast my spell.
What colour tentacles did the creature you saw have, Gray?
Hairy.
Hairy tentacles.
Yeah. And
Not
horns.
yellow. Okay. All right. Should we move then? Do you want to take the path or go around?
I think we go round, if we can.
Based on what you saw.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Should we,
Cool.
by our estimations, Chris, would the gold building be off to the left or to the right here?
Give me an intelligence check, please. A masked intelligence check, actually.
Sorry. What?
So give me a reasoning roll.
Memory or reasoning? Oh, reasoning. Okay, I'll do reasoning.
Yep.
13.
13. It is masked. Yep.
And reasoning plus 17.
You think it's straight. You're pretty sure it's not off to your left. You think it's straight ahead. Definitely.
Right. So do you want to go? Well, can we follow the path but not on it?
Yeah. Go over here or over here.
Yeah, we'll go left.
Okay.
If that's right. Everyone all right with everyone else? What separates the path from where we are?
Just crumbling ruins, open ground.
Okay. Proceed with caution.
Continue on. More crumbling ruins here. The path continues this way. There is over here. Yeah, a flat area over here where a building once stood and just large flat slabs. And you do see more of these kind of golden bricks over in that direction. Continue on, and this golden path continues up. And you find you're actually walking between this golden path at this stage.
Between two golden paths?
Yes. One here, one here.
How strange. Might be in the bend.
Yeah, and you do see in kind of gaps in the haze. There is there's open ground. Yeah, and you do make out over here more gold. It kind of clears for a bit, and more gold bricks over there too.
Yeah. Could these
We
be
just
the
need to keep exploring,
that
don't we?
that there is Yeah, that there, layers of stone and rubble, and that resembles more than anything just a large kind of anthill of kind of decaying, rotting stone. Where do you go from now, guys?
We'll go in between, shall we? It's like the tentacles of this path are resemble.
Ugh.
Okay, you continue onwards. Again, yeah, there's definitely a path over there, and then you reach a point where there's more golden path in front of you.
Let's follow it.
Well, when you say follow it, if we just go straight up and see what happens.
Continue on. Lots and lots and lots of this gold-flecked path in front of you. Huge area, massive area. To give you a sense of how big, that's 160 foot.
So Neathral's just going to do some etchings. Just going to do some little, trying to, map as we go, best we can.
Can someone give me a perception roll, please?
Even minus 25 is, so it'd be 98 minus 25, whatever that is, 73. Is anyone better than 73?
Well, it'd be Marsman, 35.
No, that's a skill. Saying that's a skill.
That's
Oh,
skill.
sorry, 82.
Yeah, you do that.
35.
Okay. You roll a 35?
Yeah, plus 82.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Neathanel peering into the mist. This yellow path seems to go on quite a wee way from what, but there's a break of it up there. Anybody else making a roll?
Yes, please, if okay, Mathan will.
Sure, give me a roll.
Yep. 54.
Okay, and her
Plus,
skill, please.
88.
Yeah. Glancing this way, Mathan, you think you catch a glimpse of something gold, tall in this direction, and think you might have seen the edge of a building, a big building over there, maybe. Glancing around a little bit more, Mathan. Yeah, and again, this mist and fog kind of dissipates at times, but you can kind of make out there's the path branches that way, goes that way. It seems to branch that way too.
Mathan will share what she saw and her perhaps glimpse of a building to the east.
It's big, by the way. The space that you're in is very, very large.
Should we go and check it out?
Yep.
Should we come of it? Can we come at it not on the path?
Yeah, you could go down here.
Oh, I suppose still got to cross it anyway. Yeah. Oh, and then head over from there.
Okay. Yeah, out of the mist, you see a large. This is definitely the largest building, an intact building, that you have seen in this godforsaken, awful place. And as you approach, there is a large. You actually have to step back a little bit to kind of take it in. There's a large gold dome on top of it. And there appears to be kind of round around part of the building at that end, and you see the same on that end as well. Completely just tall, maybe 20, maybe 30, 40 foot tall walls. It's roofed. You can make out in the gloom that it's suffered extensive fire damage. You can see there. That's probably why you struggled to spot it at first, because, and it was really only a good roll by Mytharn to see this part of this gold peeking through the ash and the smog and the filth. This part closest to you is badly fire damaged. But occasionally there's a gap in the filth and the clouds, and sunlight gleams off this golden tome. So swooping towers, guard with jutting black spires. Yeah. And there are frescoes on the wall. Hard to make out, but you think they look like terrified people on this wall that you can see here. What do you do? Size, by the way, size is maybe 225 foot, thereabouts.
Pete, does the map show any temple structure or anything? Or?
Let me have a look. Sorry.
I'll find it.
Intel lore. Party
Oh,
intel lore.
right. No.
Yeah, party intel lore. We've got docks, central walled area, island archipelago, arena, huge covered gazebo, intact palace / temple.
That'll be it then.
Okay. Yep, cool. Red gate and ruined building. So who knows? Our map might be way out of anyway.
We missed the gazebo. Oh well.
Cool. Okay.
Intact palace temple. Well, it doesn't look like it, does it? It could be.
Yeah, with frescoes.
Yeah, huge covered gazebo.
Like, I'm thinking that, fresco. I think that they had. We're close enough to sort of see more of the frescoes, or we'd have to move a bit closer?
Have to move a bit closer.
Yeah. Okay, just thinking it might give us more of an idea if we go and see what the frescoes are.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
No door, Chris?
Not on this side. Well, not that you can see, no.
Yeah.
No, the frescoes moving a bit closer, hard to make out. You do notice, the frescoes appear to depict terrified mortals fleeing. The walls are cracked, but the building appears to remain reasonably structurally solid. And as mentioned, one section of the gold dome shows fire damage.
Did it actually have a hole in it, the dome?
No, just badly blackened.
Bad burnt. Okay. So there's nothing that pierced. There's no hole in the structure that we could see.
Not you could see.
No. Okay.
Where do you go? What do you do?
Left or right?
Right.
That's decisive. Let's go right. So same deal. Nathan will go up to the corner tower there and have a little peek.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And right at this point, I think we'll change to yet another map.
Oh, exciting. We'll take that as progress.
Yep.
And we're saying thank you to.
We're saying Stuart. This isn't actually this isn't actually his map, but he has lent me quite a few maps and been extremely helpful. So thank you, Stuart. Just coming. Oh, we're getting a guitar as well.
Oh, sorry, I keep getting to mute.
Okay. This will just take me a second or so to set up, guys, so it shouldn't take long.
Just trying to remember, if we're filling in the gaps, filling in the silence, just trying to remember about the history we heard from Taraknev about if they had any, in their past, I don't know if they because they came from like agrarian people. I don't know if they didn't flee to here from anywhere, did they?
No.
I know that their goddess is quite a dark goddess. Maybe they're terrified of her. I don't know. Or there was the awful thing with Varma Veer, where there was that conflict between the evilly ones and the good ones.
Yeah, but didn't that destroy the city though? Didn't they? Wouldn't have had time to paint the first.
Yeah, exactly. I have to go back and read the.
Okay. Hang on, we got Mithon, we got Leif, we got Grey, we got Tarquin, we got Keros, we got Cat, Neathanol, we got Etienne, and we got Demos. That's all of you. Okay, so actually there is a slight deviation from. Just realizing, slight deviation from the maps, but we'll go with actually what's here. So a slight difference. It's okay. So we'll start here. So your characters have come from this direction. I mentioned there's kind of like corners or circular parts of the corner of the building. That's one there. There's actually this bit that juts out a little bit. And the frescoes, there are some frescoes here on the walls. Some frescoes here on the walls. And there's this piece of the building that juts out. The two maps I'm just realizing is slightly off, but we'll go with this. So this thing that kind of juts out a bit, so it wasn't quite the straight wall that you saw before. We'll go with this one. Around you, there's the occasional palm tree that's grown up through the cracks in the paving stones. Here are the paving stones that you can see. There's some weeds and plants that have come through. And again, this very, very wide, almost like plaza area with these yellow gold-flecked stones. Your characters should have gone. Delete. There we go. No. Move your characters like this. There we go. One. Two. Oh, I see what those are. Okay. So you come around the corner, and this is what you see. Just delete these because these are the small versions of your characters. There you go. Again, these strange kind of cries and howls, and perhaps almost like children crying or something. It's all quite odd in this place. Come around the corner, and yes, fully aware that there would be sneaking involved and all the rest. I'm just moving you around. Just a sec. You do notice in the back over here this ruined wall somewhere over here. Just make it out there. And then there's quite a bit of rubble around here. And then the building goes down this way. And then there's another of these circular towers or circular parts of the building here. And another one at the far end. What do you guys do?
That bit that juts out, we can see the wall links. There's no doorway where it juts out, where it meets the...
No.
Well, should we just keep going? What else are we going to do?
Might as well.
Well, we could fly up, but we could keep going. True. But I think getting up higher wouldn't be a bad thing if we need to.
I haven't seen any holes in it, though. I did think of that.
Continue on rounds. Quite a lot of rubble around here. Continue on down. And yeah. Can I please ask, right about here, can I ask for a couple of perception rolls, please?
Then I'll do one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
11 plus 82.
Okay, so 11. Okay. Can you roll again, please, Nathan?
8.
8.
Must.
Okay. And what is your perception?
82.
Oh, plus 82. Oh, okay, the same amount that you rolled. Okay. Okay. No, nothing for Neathanol. What was another roll from someone, please?
Then rolled 100.
100. Okay, and what's her skill?
She's 88.
Cool. And we'll take one third person, please.
Oh, Neathanol didn't roll 82, but she rolled 11 plus 82.
Yeah, I asked you to roll again.
That was 8.
8. Yes, yeah, no, I got that. I actually did get the 8. I got the 8. I got the 11. I got the 8,
right.
and then she's got a skill of 82. Yep, I've got it. Got it. Thank you.
52.
Sorry, 52?
Correct.
52. Cool.
73.
Yep, one sec. 52 and 73. Cool. Okay, so I've got yeah. So Neathanol, no, you spot nothing. You're perhaps intent on creeping on ahead. Both, however, Mithan and definitely Tarquin, you notice, interesting enough, to get up here, there's more rubble. Parts of the wall has come down. You notice there is a place in the wall where the light is just slightly different. It's just it's just a bit darker over there, and you both realize there appears to be a hole in this wall here.
I guess we pass on that information. You know, guess we want to cruise through it, right? Before we go anywhere, Carios might suggest that she casts. How many of us are there in the party in total?
8.
So 6 store spells. Has Carios ever done this?
I don't believe so. Nope.
Before I joined?
Nope.
Okay, well, if we're happy to wait 3 minutes, she'll fully prepare, I think, and cast a store spell on everyone except Tarquin. And the reason for doing this is it then allows her to essentially absolutely accurately analyze any symptoms for any reason if people get sick in the future. But you've got to be well before the spell is cast. So Tarquin's crook cut won't work, but everyone else is well. And then if we get into trouble, Carios might be able to work out what's wrong with them, or should be able to exactly with this spell. It's pretty sweet, man.
What's a store spell? What is it?
It's store. It allows the caster to store racial and gender differences relating to disease and healing. And the reason for casting it is that later on she can then cast Analyze Symptoms, which allows the caster to diagnose precisely what is wrong with a hurt or diseased patient. Cool. However, for this spell to be effective, the caster must have first cast Store on the person who was not injured at the time.
Cool. Give me a roll, please. Give me 6 rolls. 7.
The way of doing. Well, we can't cast it on Tarquin, so just 6.
Sure. So good.
7. We'll cast it on themselves. So she needs to touch everyone. So she'll touch and cast and touch and cast. Can I do this other than doing it 7 times?
Yes. Yep. Exclamation mark. Space. R7 D100s. And what you're interested in is any 1s or 2s.
No, they're all fine.
Cool. those spells go off. Well done.
And I guess if everyone can remember, because knowing stupid me, I'll forget when Alex comes back that we've cast these. So Carrie else would explain what she's doing so that everyone in the party will now know that they have this skill. Tarquin is feeling too sick to be upset.
Okay. Yeah, he's really not feeling great. But he did manage to spot something over here.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you want Nathanol to go and check that out? Maybe she'll turn invisible for this one.
Okay.
Shall I roll?
If you want to, sure. Yeah, give me a roll. Yep.
Prep, all the rest of it.
Yep.
66.
66, success. She is now invisible.
Okay. She'll creep over to the hole.
Okay. So it's small, but you can all wiggle through and you can push through packs. It was good spotting, actually, by both characters. It would be very easy to miss, as Neathanel did. Curiously enough, Neathanel, if you had to guess, you would say something has melted a hole in this wall. It has melted through stone. What do you do?
So how far can I see down?
You can see into a wide open room.
All right. She'll stalk down and just have a little peek.
Okay. Oh, I'm assuming she's right up at the hole.
Yeah. No, she's stalking towards, yeah.
Okay. Yep. Give me a stalking roll.
$40.
40. What's his skill?
$119.
She thinks she's reasonably quiet. Yep. I mean, there's the occasional shift of loose stone, and she crunches on a bit of rock and stuff. She's walking over rubble, so it's kind of hard to be quiet. But she thinks she's reasonably quiet.
Okay. What do I see?
Yeah, just that. A large open room. Actually, yeah, a large open room. And
But I can't see inside it.
no, from the angle you're at, you'd really have to get in to have a proper look around.
I'll creep very slowly forward
Mm-hmm.
until I can have a little peek.
Okay. Okay. Can the others please jump out of this chat room? And Neathanel, I'll talk you through what you see. Thank you. Cool. So she looks through, and what does she see? Dim in here, but still dimmer than outside, but she can still see. She can't see all of this, but
Blimey.
here's the hole. Peers through, and she can see kind of this. It looks to be some kind of statue up here. There's a roof, by the way, on. There's not on this map, but there is a roof. There are these strange iron rods, it looks like, surrounding the statue. She can make out some altar or something with lots of candles up there. There's steps there. There's an open area here, and beyond it she can just make out some doors. There's another door she can just see over there. Another door here. The statue there. There's a tapestry there. And there's another door there she can make out, and there's another tapestry here. The height of the room would be some, I'd have to measure it, but would be, I'm guessing here, some 40 foot, 30 or 40 foot tall. It's big. And one thing to note, by the way, the ash you will see is still falling down. Obviously, you're inside, so it's not the case.
And the dome above is intact?
Yes, from what you can see. Yes.
And are the doors all shut?
Yes. And there's no one in here that you can see. Actually, make a perception roll, please.
18 plus 82.
Yeah. Yes. So she's seeing that's free looking. That door's definitely shut. Just make out some big doors over here, which are also shut. That door's shut. That door's shut. And she can't. So there's certainly no one in here that she can see.
And the statues, can she see what they're of?
Not from here. I think maybe that's of a woman, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Well, I'll head back and tell the party.
Okay. If you'd jump into the room and ask everybody to come back in, that'd be great. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So, hello. Just waiting for late Mythan. They're just dawdling there in chat room 1. Oh, there they go. So a dislocated voice says, I've had a look in, and it opens up into a sort of big open temple area with a raised plinth area in the middle with a statue of a woman. Could be that goddess that we've seen before. Surrounded by the statues, surrounded by these bars or columns around the outside. There are numerous closed doors all around the outside. It's the main room of the structure, what it looks like. I can't see anything in there though, and all the doors are shut. So I guess we could probably go in. It's probably as safe in there as out here. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Eddie, well, Nathan will head back in.
Okay. And others?
We'll follow.
Yep.
Anybody not following is probably the question. Oh, okay. So, I will just do this. Come through this hole, just roughly there. There we go. Oops, a daisy. Height of the ceiling, yeah, tall actually. So that's 5 foot 5. Yeah, about call it 25 foot high. No, 30 foot high. 30 foot high ceilings. Okay, so oop, damn, there we go. This is what you see.
Can't see anything.
You know,
Chris.
I know. Just give me a sec. I haven't changed the image.
Sorry.
Yep. This is what you can see. So just very quickly, and I'll provide some detail. So set in intervals around the perimeter of the Great Chamber are 12 alabaster pedestals. And each one of these pedestals, there's a pedestal here, 12 of them in total. Each one has a silver plaque on it, you notice. In the center of the room is a podium, stand, you can see there, with stairs going up to it, and another a statue, and the statue there. There are several statues that you can make out. The one that's closest to you is this one here, and I'll show you, now that you're actually inside the room, a little bit more about what it looks like in just a second. There is a platform, as you can see here, and standing in the middle of the platform at the back, midst a fortress of vertical iron rods, is the shape of a youthful young woman, her flesh simmering with flame. She looks like this.
Oh dear.
She looks like this. The statue closest to you, you can see, looks, no, not like that, like that. What else we got here? Yeah, the rest of the room, make it. There are some other statues you can just make out over here. These plinths here, these alabaster pedestals, are empty. This pedestal is clearly occupied, that you can see. Big tapestry up here. It's mirrored by another tapestry down here. And there are 4 closed doors. You are assuming, on the layout of what you've seen of the room, going off to these 4 circular, well, you'd seen 2 of them, circular parts of the building. One there. Perhaps just make out one over here, one here, and one here. Through this gap, you could spot in the distance 2 massive doors. Can't make any more of what they might be made out of, or otherwise. There is no ash falling, by the way, just to note. That's just simply part of the wider map. And there is the ceiling above you, and the towering dome that you saw, which appears to be intact. So actually the ceiling is a lot higher, of course, I should have said. At least in the dome area, it's very, very tall. There is a sense of stillness in this building. There's rubble and detritus you can see kind of scattered around. Perhaps as mentioned, you think there is some kind of altar up here with candles in front of the statue of the youthful woman wreathed in flame. What do you do? Oh, actually, have a chat while Jen goes out and gets a drink. Back in a second.
I think we've encountered this information a couple of times, that their goddess, Orgiana, appears as a black-haired woman with skin like polished steel, her sleek limbs wreathed in curtains of red flame. So this is the temple of Orgiana, yeah. So,
And we don't really know anything more about her, do we? I don't think.
She was a bit of a dark god.
We talked to the guides a little bit about it, didn't we? But
we did, yeah. And also, I was just reading that from Ningwin's information for us about the M.E.R.P, about the people of here. So, yeah.
Should we go around the room? Maybe go to the empty plinths and see if we can read. Oh, it's the other party who've got the spectacles, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Tarquin can use his demon and devil lore in each of these to see if he can divine what they are. They're clearly demony or devil-y.
Well, I think they're probably the religion of the M.E.R.P, huh? Before the demons came, I'd say.
Be right
Yeah,
back.
you're right. Yeah.
Give me a second.
So we won't be able to read any of that.
Well, we can find out what language they're in.
Nuretti, probably, right? But yeah. I don't think any of us got that.
No.
So we'll have to check it out because we've got to find a sword.
Yeah, let's do a recce. It's a good plan.
Silence from the team.
Contemplation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're all right if we stick together, guys. Are we? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we just go clockwise around the room, see what we can see?
Yep.
Not stepping on the platform for now. Does that work?
Yep.
Sorry. Yep.
All right. We'll do that then, Chris.
Okay.
Tarquin will demon and devil lore it up, see if he understands any of these. And can we see if we can read the language or understand it?
Sure. You need to go up to it to look at the plaque.
Yeah, well, could we go around clockwise or anti-clockwise? Or anti-clockwise, yeah, that's fine.
Clockwise is this way, to my mind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So sorry, Tarquin, you wanted to try to read the plaque, you'll need to go this way.
Oh, well, we'll all stick together, so we can do it at the end or the beginning, or just whenever we're going to work our way around the room. I don't care which way we go.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. They're probably not Buddhists. I think we can go anti-clockwise.
All right. We come to here, a bit closer. This is the thing that you see. Yeah. Tarquin, you go up. Yeah, give me a devil and a demon and devil lore, please.
$66. That's
Six.
appropriate. We just sunk an extra 6 million.
Absolutely. What's a skill, please?
38.
Yeah, cool. Not ringing any bells, I'm afraid.
Does he recognize the language?
Give me. Well, tell me. Tell me what languages he speaks.
Do you want to check my channel?
Just faster if you just read them out, I think, Charles.
I'm not happy to read them all out, but sure. Thebronic, Burganese, Telman, Sindarin, Westron, Varspeak, South Tongue, Platon.
Cool. Certainly none of those, and I think he actually speaks a few more, to be honest. Could you give me a memory check, please, Tarquin? I'm going to make this mast.
How do I do it?
You just make. You want to roll a D100.
17.
17. Cool. Oh, and what's his memory, please? Memory bonus.
0.
0. Okay. Tarquin, yeah, you don't know the language, you can't read it, but you have seen some of the characters before, certainly. Back on that arch, where you saw you thought you'd seen the image of the white-haired woman. You had seen similar script.
I tell the party and ask them if they recall what that script is.
It's Nuretti.
There we go. No one speaks it in this party, do they? Well, at least it means we know what these are demons from the Nuretti. Or dark.
Well, we know that the central icon is their goddess, because we've seen her before.
Correct.
But we don't know who these people are.
Correct.
Neathron wants a quick listen at that door, if that's all right.
Sure thing. Give me a roll, please.
90 plus 82.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't hear anything.
Should we keep moving around in case there's anything we missed?
Yep.
Leif's gonna sort of sidle up. We'll just quietly have a conversation and say, yeah, just request that Kiros get out the dagger, and then put it away again. But just handle the dagger, if that's okay with her.
Okay, Kiros will do that.
Okay. You take out the dagger. I don't happen to have an image of it to hand. I should actually. That's a good idea. You take out the dagger. You have a look at it. It's the same dagger that you've seen before. Nothing different about it.
Cool. Thank you. Leif's reasoning is that, and sorry, I have posted it from our information we heard before, so I think that we would know this. So the thought is the sword lies in either Varama's palace or the Temple of the Burning Night. I'm wondering if this is the Temple of the Burning Night. And his reasoning was the dagger's linked to the sword. Might have got a vibe. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Should we spin the dagger and see which one? We should definitely give it a good going over this building for sure. Should we just do a lap first, just in case there's anything?
I'm not going to move. Sorry, Giles.
Good plan. Sorry, Chris.
I'm not going to move the characters, but they are following their way around. So you'll note there's another plinth there, another one that you just came in by. You continue round. Moving on round here, something a bit grisly. Looks like something, the remains of something's rib cage there. There's some broken pottery here. Another plinth, again with the little inscriptions. Another door and down candelabra. Anything else here? You're moving around.
Just keep going.
And Tarkin will do a perception roll. Just I don't want to roll them all, Chris, but at each time, obviously, we're perceiving, and we're particularly looking for signs of,
Swords.
Well, a sword would be good, or signs of a sword, but something like an armamentarium. Would also be looking for secret traps or triggers, something that might be like a hidden place where something might be held.
Okay. Sure.
Safe thing.
Sure thing. 1 second.
Actually, yeah, it might be worth checking out each plinth as we go.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe like doing a detect, just see if there's any, it rotates or there's any buttons or.
Okay.
Swords.
Yep. Okay, so rather than specifically doing stuff to death, maybe a roll on each wall. There's 4 walls. We just go around that way. How's that sound? And say 2 rolls each wall. Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
So if I do exclamation mark 4D100.
No. We're going to do it each one as we go. So can you give me a roll? Tarquin, you definitely said you were wanting to check each one, so give me a roll for this wall and surrounding area too.
75. 65. God, I can't read numbers.
Cool.
And she'll Mithan do the other one. Another roll.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting I'm minus 25.
I've got it. Yes. Okay. And 70. So perception is how much again, please? 73. Cool.
73.
Yep. This tapestry, by the way, you do see what looked like some of these figures. Certainly, this figure here, and you do see the flaming young woman appear as part of it as kind of central figures here, but this tapestry is very, very faded and degraded, and you can see it there. It's in very, very poor repair. Nothing else that you can spot.
Behind the tapestry.
Well, obviously, we'd look
Yep.
behind the
Yep.
tapestry.
And Mithun.
Yeah, I'm sure you're on.
Mithun, give me a roll if you're going to roll.
Yep. 38 is the roll.
Yep. Yep. And what's your skill, please?
88.
88.
Oh.
Goodness me. Okay. You don't pick up any fresh information here.
Cool. Yep.
You move on rounds. Again, 2 rolls. Oh, I'll describe this a little bit more, and then I'll ask for 2 rolls for this wall. And as mentioned, I'm not going to move the characters. You've stressed that you're not going up onto this area yet, or if at all, but you're not going there yet. You come around here, and peering through into this antechamber is something the GM forgot to add. Some stone seating here. So if you use your imagination, there's some stone seats both here and here, and the door. Huge oaken doors, and they're shut and they're barred with a massive steel bar across the doors. And actually, the doors look in reasonable shape. It would have been quite difficult to have very difficult to have got through those doors. Coming further round, you see three more statues, and I'll show you images of both that one there, that one there, and that one there. And there is, of course, that closed door there. The 3 images of the statues that you see are as follows. You see that, which is the same as that. That you've already seen, and then finally that.
Jolly bunch, aren't they?
You're inspecting, having a look. Tarquin, first you, and then Mithun. Please give me a perception roll. Just before I do, because I really do want to make sure I share the spotlight, I just want to do a double check for our generally non-talkative, both Grey and Demos. Anything your characters are doing? Anything? If nothing, no worries. Just want to make sure you've got a chance to.
They're just interested in looking around, trying to see if they pick up on anything, but nothing major.
Okay, cool.
They're just happy to be there.
Sure. So
Tarquin,
first Tarquin.
sorry. Oh. Just going to ask Tarquin, have you got a minus on everything at the moment?
Yeah,
Do-
I'm
would
happy
you
for.
want-
Yeah, I'm happy for Thing to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I may as well might just raise the. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Fine by me.
So, Neathanol, give me a roll.
73 plus 82.
73. Okay. Okay. No, nothing that I haven't already described. Just decaying. The air in here is, as mentioned, just is very still. Perhaps the faint sounds, very, very, very faint, old smell of incense, Neathanol, but apart from that, nothing else. And Mithun?
27.
27. Okay, and what's can you roll again, please, Mithun?
Sure. Plus, and the second roll is 62.
Okay, and what's her skill?
88.
Nothing else for you, Mython.
Thank you.
Moving around here, another tapestry. I've already described that image, that image, that image. I guess these very tall iron. How do they describe it? Yeah, forest of vertical iron rods. Lots of them, as you can see. And hang on a sec. Hang on. Another door there. More plinths. More plinths. More kind of rubbish around. Yeah, Graham.
Do they go into the ceiling? Or do they stop short?
They stop short. They stop short. Yep, they're actually exactly as you see there. So they're that height. They don't go any further. Okay. Can I please ask for 2 rolls here?
Yep.
9.
Sorry, how much?
9.
9. Plus
82.
82. Cool. Okay. And Mython?
Uh, 75.
And
Eight.
and how much? Sorry.
88.
Cool. Yeah. Mython, you actually, and Neathanol, you do spot this. The tapestry is depicting a huge demonic hand holding what appears to be a sword, you think? And studying it a bit further, you notice that in the background there are several white-robed men fleeing. So both quite hard to see, but yeah, quite an odd image. Mython, you. Yeah.
Do they look like any of the statues?
Hang on, just a sec. You. You're not sure if you missed something or what, but something around here that is just puzzling you a little bit. Yeah, don't know what it is. If you wanted to give it an hour or so, you could come back and have another look.
Cool. Thank you. She'll explain that and say she would like and is keen to come back in an hour, please.
Cool. And Tarquin, a question was: do any of the figures represent the statues? Not that you've seen, no.
And presuming Mython tells the crew this, can Tarquin take that information and look very specifically at the oddity? Because that will give him a +20. If you don't want to do that because you feel like it's gaming the game, that's fine. But it seems like the natural thing to try.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm happy either way, Chris.
Yeah. Leave it for the moment, thanks, Joe. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does kind of. Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Perhaps we could do a combined one in an hour or something, maybe. Yeah. And just a question: the sword in the demonic hand isn't? We don't recognise the sword, do we?
No, it's not familiar to you.
Thought I'd better ask.
And we've still got the dagger out, have we?
You didn't say you put it away, so I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Touch it to the tapestry.
Sure. Yep. Who does that?
Well, Nathan will.
Ariel will, presumably. Well, I should be happy
All
to
right.
hand
Yep.
it over.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Karos, you hit up, you touch the dagger to the tapestry. Nothing happens.
Thanks. Keep holding it.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
I mean, have we checked the back of the altar? I mean,
I'm
Just
taking
around
I'm taking the fact that the
Alright.
a perception roll takes in the entirety of kind of the space. Yep.
all right. Okay.
Let's go up and take a proper peek at it.
Well, we haven't finished yet. We've got one more wall to do, haven't we?
Sorry.
Do you do the last wall, or do you do something else? Or Tarquin, do you do something else?
No, last wall.
Okay.
Never split the party. I've learned that the hard way.
There we go. Never split the party. Give me 2 rolls, please.
25.
Mm-hmm.
It's 82.
Oh, 25. Can you roll again, please, Nathan?
14.
Okay. Yeah, Neathanol, you don't see, hear, or smell anything out of the ordinary, anything more out of the ordinary. And Nathan, please.
92.
Cool. Plus her bonus of
88.
88. Sure. Cool. So you complete the full circuit. Mithan, you completed the full circuit. No, you didn't spot anything particularly untoward or different or unusual. And you find your way, guess what? Back to here. I'm conscious. Just a sec, please. It's 1 minute past 10, guys. I'm happy to play on for another half an hour. Happy to call it there. What would people like to do?
I'm going to have to bail, but if you guys want to go on, that's all fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired too.
We've got some very tired people here. Well done with the jet lag. Giles, you're exhausted. Well done to you. And Graham, you are weary. And Pete, well done for making it to the end of the game as well.
Oh, thank you. I did have a quick question. I might have missed it before. The plinths that are empty of statues, are there rubbly? Is there rubble around them of broken statues? No, they just okay. Sorry if I missed that.
Empty plinths.
Mm.
Thus far, the only thing you've touched is pulling the tapestries aside and putting the dagger onto the tapestry. At the far end. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight, folks. Rolling some credits. What's going to happen next?
Something we probably don't expect.